Hello and welcome to the stream. Hope you're all doing well today. We're going to be playing some more BattleTech, playing the Commander's Edition mod and doing my Federated Sun themed career. Assuming all is going to work properly today after yesterday's disaster attempting to do the Hatchetman Flashpoint, and it all went wrong several times, and eventually I had to abandon it and play some Football Manager instead. But today I have moved somewhere else. We're doing the Raven Flashpoint. Most of you all know what that one is by that title. And I made sure I preloaded it and launched into the mission so that I was sure it was going to work. And it seems to be working fine. So we're going to crack on and do this first mission. And fingers crossed we won't hit any major stumbling blocks today with the game. And still no idea what was causing yesterday's problem. So I can only recommend that until there's a new version of this mod, I would recommend avoiding the Hatchetman Flashpoint until then, just to be on the safe side. It's the only one I've had problems with so far, the only mission I've had issues with. And I don't know why or what it was related to, but hopefully it'll be fixed come December time. So I'm just going to skip through the dialogue on this. We all know this Flashpoint. We've seen it plenty of times. It's probably the most played Flashpoint on stream because everybody knows it's the one where you get the Raven. And of course that was very new and cool when this Urban Warfare expansion first came out. So everybody was doing it, including me. So I'm just going to rush straight through the dialogue, just do the missions. We're here for the money, and well, also I guess picking up a Raven won't do us any harm to have one in the collection. No room to have it out in the mech bay at the moment though, so it will be going straight into storage when we finally get it. But it gives us something to do for the time being, and we definitely need to earn some money after paying the costs, travelling to the Hatchetman location, not being able to do that. And then needing to travel again to get somewhere where I could do missions. We have lost quite a lot of money recently that was out of my control. So I'm going to be trying to claw that back as quickly as I can so we don't go bankrupt, because that would be a really depressing end to this career, going bankrupt due to a game bug. So, for those that might not be aware, we are allied with the Federated Suns for this mission. They're fighting alongside us, and we're blowing up some Capellans. At the moment, pretty outnumbered, although they're just dropping some reinforcements in here, which are Steiner. We'll smash those as well. I think, is this a three-way battle? I think it might be. Forget now. Either way, we've got two choices of enemies. We've got Steiner, we've got Capellans. Eventually, we will get a turn. There are a lot of mechs, so we've not had one yet. Looks like part of our friendly trebuchet's just come off. He's lost two medium lasers and an LRM-15. Pretty costly for the trebuchet. Right, finally it's our go. And what are we up against? We've got a Vulcan 2T there, a Wasp there, Locust. Where's that Griffin gone? Ah, Griffin's over there. Oh, he's already damaged. That leg's pretty badly damaged actually. How many hit points does this building have? I can't actually see. I guess I'm not close enough.
Receiving you.
Where can I get to and still shoot that building? Let's try here.
Roger.
Oh, it won't let me shoot the building. I guess this one's probably obscuring it, so I guess we'll just shoot at the Griffin instead, because some stray shots are bound to hit the building. There we go. 2 stray shots hitting the building. Not enough to bring it down, apparently. We will work on that, though.
What's up, boss? Coordinates received.
Maybe we'll just shoot everything at the locust. An easy target. Left leg destroyed. He's in serious trouble now. A one-legged locust is almost certainly a dead locust before too long. Oh, he's going to get stomped on by the trebuchet. Oh, that's got to hurt. I've got a feeling today's stream's going to be a little bit quiet because I don't know if you guys are aware or even interested, but I'm going to tell you anyhow. Red Dead Redemption 2 has released for PC, and there are a lot of people playing and streaming that at the moment, and I can't blame them. They've been waiting a long time for it.
Confirmed. Firing.
Hey Rylan, how you doing today?
Receiving you. On the move. Firing a full salvo.
Just picking on that Griffin at the moment because, well, he's the biggest threat to us, really. Everything else is all tiny and weeny. I'm glad to hear it. Cat says we're all beyond redemption. Thanks for that one, Catch.
Watch my six.
Still haven't decided if I was going to pick that game up or not. I need to wait till what are we on now? 6. So I need to wait probably another 10 days or so before I would be able to pick up Red Dead Redemption anyhow. But still not 100% decided on whether I want it or not.
Watch the flank.
I have so many games and so little time to play them all at the minute.
Just stop. You're embarrassing yourself.
Okay, Vulcan has got in behind us, and the Wasp as well. That's not so good, is it? The Griffin has backed way off and out of sight for now.
Good to go.
Yes, that can be fixed if I'm willing to move out of cover,
Affirmative.
which we will do. Now then, shoot the Griffin or shoot the building? Ah, it's 100 damage required. We'd be 5 short, even if we hit with both weapons. I may as well shoot the Griffin. There we go, we destroyed an arm. I think it was an empty arm. But there's one less location we can hit by accident when we're aiming at other bits. Started playing Outer Worlds the other day. Tons of fun, says Rylan. Now, what was Outer Worlds? Is that the one that's a bit like Fallout? Am I thinking of the right one? Is it a bit like Fallout and is getting high praise at the moment from various reviewers? You'll have to let me know when you get a chance, Rylan, if it's the right one I'm thinking of or not. Yes, yes, it is that one then. Yes. I saw a pretty in-depth review on that, and it looked awesome, actually. It looked really good.
Ready for orders.
Ah, screw it. We're going to punch the Wasp.
On the move.
Don't want to shoot that Vulcan when he's got all that evasion. We can just smash this Wasp instead. That hurt him.
What's the
Not
plan?
too bad. Okay, Alto. Maybe it's worth it. Maybe. Just maybe. We'll fire the AC2s. Medium lasers aren't going to reach. Oh, I didn't mention, but the Lance I took out for this mission is the Nimbly Pimbly Lance. Seemed to make sense to take my pilots that are being designed for fast, light things. And since it's quite a low-level mission compared to what we had been doing previously, it's a good opportunity for them to gain a little bit of experience without being put in too much danger. Yeah, it said it was really well written. The story was good. The way the characters and the companions work was really good. And it looked nice. It seemed to. I think the reviewer was saying it's pretty much what the latest Fallout games should be aspiring to. It seems like they've stepped the game up, and yeah. I think it's Bethesda that makes Fallout, isn't it? I think they were saying Bethesda should be a little bit worried about that.
Moving out.
And I think, if I remember rightly, I think two of the guys who were originally involved in the first Fallout game, now I might be misremembering this, but I think that was the case, that they were involved. So there's two guys that were involved in the original Fallout game. We're involved with this Outer Worlds title, which is pretty cool. Ryland says, yeah, Outer Worlds is made by Obsidian, who made the original Fallout games. Yeah. So they've got a good pedigree, really, haven't they?
Consider it done. I believe this should have effect.
Catch says, what else is on your to-play list? Oh, man, too many things. So, obviously, I want to find some time to get Football Manager 2020 in. I've been considering playing some FIFA, neither of which will probably interest you guys too much. But also, obviously, this month we're getting the Heavy Metal expansion, and we should get the early access to MechWarrior 5 as well. Both of those are going to take up a bunch of my time. So yeah, finding time for another game in there like Red Dead Redemption is going to be tricky. Also, obviously, I'm still enjoying Ghost Recon Breakpoint, so kind of want to keep playing that. I want to get into doing some of the multiplayer, but there are only so many hours in the day, and only so much time I can stream.
Reporting. Critical hit.
In between looking after my family. So yeah, it's there are too many things at the moment, and then before I know it, it'll be time for Necromunda game to come out, I'm sure, as well, which is on my to-do list as soon as that title releases. And then there'll be Mount and Blade Bannerlord 2 as well, which is coming in March 2020. So we're a little way off that one, but time will fly. It always does.
Hostile removed.
So yeah, there's a lot. I would wait until the winter sale anyhow, Catch. I think that's always a good plan when picking up titles, if you're not in a massive hurry to get them. Yeah, I would wait till the sale. But I mean, there are some differences. A few new things, and the match engine looks a little bit cooler, a little bit smoother. There are some optimizations to the game. Some of the new stuff I showed off. And I'm pretty sure I've just rubbed chili in my eyes. Just my left eye for now. I swear I've washed my hands 3 times since chopping a chili earlier. But I've just rubbed my eye and I can feel it. I know it's in there. It's burning. This is going to get fun, isn't it? Anyone that's ever had chili like residue or juice in their eye will know what I'm going through right now, and that it's going to escalate shortly. God damn it. Can't catch a break, can I? Okay, so where was I? Yes, yeah, I would probably wait and pick it up in a sale, Catch. It's still going to be there. And, you know, usually there are a couple of things that need a patch after release as well. So you can kind of miss the rocky opening stage. I mean, usually they fix stuff up after the beta launch, so it's out on beta now, and then usually things are fixed up by the actual release. I personally haven't encountered any problems with it so far, though I have seen a couple of people streaming it that have mentioned having hangs or crashes with it, where you know the game is hung up for a little while for whatever reason. I haven't encountered that myself. It could be to do with having different hardware or whatever. I don't know. But yeah, from my experience of it, seems pretty solid so far. Looking forward to playing more of that again. But yeah, if I don't know if Football Manager will get a reduction in the winter sale or not. But if it does, then yeah, it'll be worth waiting for that.
Got it.
What's up, boss? Coordinates received. Commander? Let's move.
Odds are not going to be good.
Taking the shot.
Got a lot of evasion. We did manage a couple of hits though. 182 and 1 medium laser. Hit that Phoenix Hawk. Sarge says, go and get a damp cloth for your eye. Actually, in my experience, Sarge, getting it wet makes it worse. So I'm avoiding that this time. The last time I got chili in my eye, I tried washing it out with water, and all that did is dilute the chili oil and spread it more over my eyeball, and then it got a lot worse. So I'm just gonna tough it out. I just
Yes, Commander.
deal with it as it is for now, because I'm concerned that I will only make things worse if I meddle with it. It'll go away eventually, and I'll just keep having to look at you like this until then. I'm fine. Thanks for that catch. So you say that's never been your experience, Catch? Maybe it's just me then. Maybe it's just me.
Ready for order.
I don't know, but yeah, definitely the last time I got chili in my eye, tried washing it out with water, and it just spread the chili oil around, and it made my entire eye feel on fire, as opposed to just the bit where the chili was. It just spread it all over my eyeball and everything. So yeah, I'm just gonna leave it. It'll be all right. It'll go away. Hey, how do I say that? Banana. I'm just gonna call you Banana. Hello, welcome to the stream. Says, ouch, chili in the eye hurts. You're damn right, it does.
Commander.
But we'll be okay. I mean, I've got another eye. It's not the end of the world if this one falls out. I'm gonna go punch that locust, I think.
Position confirmed.
Chronic Toast moving in for the melee attack with the Shadowhawk. Now, of course, yesterday we nearly lost Gecko, didn't we? We had a very close call with Gecko, courtesy of an enemy Shadowhawk that punched his CT straight out. But luckily for us, Gecko lived. He did sustain a maximum number of days injury, though, so he's going to be out for a little while. But we are improving our medical facilities. I think, in fact, they might have already been improved. So he'll be coming back as soon as it's possible to have him come back in the game now, but still going to take a while. And also, since the birth of William, I think I've got about 20% less beard as well, because he keeps his scrabby little hands going up and pulling out clumps of my beard. I'm like, ow, I need that. So yeah, he's been thinning my beard out for me. Not that I wanted that or asked for it, but you know, he's doing it anyway.
On my way.
Oh, bless you, Sarge. Thank you for the gift sub. Thank you so much.
What's the plan?
Is it just this Phoenix Hawk left? I think it is just this Phoenix Hawk left. Yes, let's smash him up.
Yes, Commander.
Oh, thank you very much for the follow, Banana.
Of course.
This poor Phoenix Hawk is not going to last very long, is he? Oh, he's been knocked down as well. He's in loads of trouble. If I remember rightly, is it the next mission we end up having to do the mission with pre-selected mechs? I don't think we're allowed to take our own. Something like that. Or maybe can I take some of my own mechs? Or is there a whole other mission in between this one and that one? It's been a while since I've done this.
That's a kill.
I remember it being pretty easy, except for the very last one, which can get a little bit challenging if you mess around too much with it. Banana says, no worries, man. Been playing BattleTech, but don't have Urban Warfare mod. Just checking it out. Well, I strongly recommend the Urban Warfare mod if you enjoy BattleTech. It's a good addition. Chucks in a load of extra flashpoints and some new mechs as well. I really enjoy it. I'm looking forward to the next DLC, which is coming this month. The heavy metal one is coming soon, and there are going to be even more mechs in that one, and I assume some new flashpoints as well. What do we want to take here? I could complete a Phoenix Hawk, but I don't really want another whole Phoenix Hawk. Then again, I could sell it. But also, weapons are useful at this stage of the game. I don't have that many of those. Also, a Griffin. I think I'll take a piece of Griffin and a large laser. Yeah, might seem like a weird choice, but I'm going with it. What else we get? Nothing of note, really. But yeah, I don't know if the Urban Warfare mod has come down in price already or not, but if you haven't bought it yet, Banana, I would perhaps hold up on buying it until the heavy metal mod, until the heavy metal DLC comes out. Oh, it is on sale now, is it? Okay, yeah, because I was going to say, I bet there'll be a sale on it because they're bringing out the next DLC. They'll want to flog off the last one quickly. So, yeah, that'll be a good time to get it. Keep your eye out for that reduction in price. I'm saying this because I always end up buying stuff just before it goes on sale for some reason. I'm either very unlucky or I'm an idiot. But for years now, I'll see a game on Steam and I'll think, oh yeah, I quite fancy getting that game. I'll pick the game up, and then 2 weeks later there'll be a sale and the game's price will come down massively, and I'll think, oh crap, I wish I'd just waited 2 more weeks. Happens to me more than you'd know. Oh, Sarge, did your computer bug out? No worries. Yes, I said thank you very much for the gift sub. And Banana also thanked you. It isn't on sale anymore. Must have ended, says Banana. All right, well, in that case, just hang on, because I can almost guarantee it will go on sale again. If you wait until after the heavy metal one is launched, I think that comes out on the 21st of this month. 21st of November, something like that. If you hold on at least till then, I imagine Urban Warfare will be on a deal at some point. Okay, all our pilots are fatigued now, so let's take a different lance out. Who do I want to save for the final mission? I think I'm going to take Insubordinate Scum out for this one, and we'll save Hot Stuff for the final mission. Although we will be missing Gecko, of course, because of his massive injury. I'll be able to take Doyle in his place, though, I think. So, Tasku, Rylan, Emperor Krang, and Doyle, yeah, will be who I'll take for the final part. This isn't the final part. This is, yeah, Ambush Convoy, so we're all good yet. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm happy with this arrangement. Let's go. Ah, there we go. The chili sting is subsiding already. That wasn't so bad. I swear I would have made it worse with water. I'm convinced of it now. This was nowhere near as bad as the last time I did it. My eye was just bright red and felt like it was on fire the last time I did it. I don't know where it's come from though. Like I said, I've washed my hands like 3 times since I was chopping chilies earlier. I don't know how it's still there. Maybe it got under my fingernails or something, but I didn't rub my fingernail in my eye. I have no idea how this has occurred, but it has. I need to remember now. I need to be careful. My left hand is clearly contaminated with chili at the moment. Must remember to wash that again before either touching my eye or picking up my son. Don't want to get chili on the baby. That would be a bad idea. Okay, where are we? Yeah, let's go. Let's go this way.
Aye, aye.
Oh, it's this map. I always get confused by the start of this.
Acknowledge.
And then once you get to the kind of next chunk where there's the rock and the little valley, this is where I always recognise. I'm like, oh yeah, it's this one. Yeah, I know where we are. But yeah, this bit where it starts me back here, I always like, oh, which map is this? Which map is it? Yeah, now I know. The convoy will be coming along here. We'll intercept them around there. And it can sometimes get a little bit nasty because there's not really much cover for my guys to use.
Our target is within sensor range. On my way.
Hey, Gecko! How you doing? And thank you very much for the bits. Oh my god. Did for a total of 3,458. Gecko! Too many! I'm not worth that many bits.
Got something you want done?
Roger.
We got on my way.
Oh, is that going to be a hover tank? I hope that's not a hover tank. That's going to race past us. No, it isn't. It's all good. It's a mobile HQ. Okay, we should be able to catch that up. 25, 40, 60, 60. Okay, these two 60-tonners could be scary. Either of those could be an SRM carrier.
What's up, boss?
I think I'm going reserve. Sarge says, the best way to wash chili from hands to prevent cross-contamination is to use hot water with a tablespoon of baking soda in it. I didn't know that one. I don't think I've got any baking soda, actually. I have to perhaps give that one a try.
Acknowledge.
Old guy remedies usually work. No offense, Sarge, calling him an old guy. I should say senior, wise, elder type people. No, I'm struggling. Sorry, Sarge.
Primary target damage. Concentrate your fire.
It's too late to backtrack. I already called it an old guy remedy. It's true though. Like, you know, senior people, they tend to use things that work because they've had a lifetime of figuring out what works and what doesn't. But sorry for calling you old, Sarge. Catch says, I believe the term you're looking for is human antique. I don't think that will help. I don't think that's helping.
Primary target is damaged, Commander. Keep it up.
Banana says, darn millennials. I'm not a millennial, mate. I'm not a millennial. If you think I'm a millennial, I'll take the compliment because I clearly look younger than I am.
Waiting for orders.
Standing by. On it.
Sarge says, no problem, I am old. I should have said experienced.
Yes, Commander. On the move. Full speed.
Alright, this is where things start to get a bit sticky. So I've already seen there's a Hetzer with an AC-10. Got to take that out because that's going to hurt. There's still the two 60-tonners at the back.
Watch the paint, pal.
Oh, that's the 60-tonner there. Right, well, that definitely wasn't an SRM carrier. I think that might have been a Bulldog. The other one looks to be a Bulldog as well. So, okay, good. No SRM carriers so far. That's a Bulldog. That's a Hetzer with lasers. What's that one? Uh-oh. That was suspicious.
I'm showing minor damage. Let's hit him hard.
Don't like the look of that 60-tonner at the back. Although it wasn't a full SRM carrier's worth of missiles, though.
Good to go.
So, you know, that's a positive.
Affirmative.
Let's get this AC-10 armed Hetzer out of the way if we can. That concerns me quite a lot. Especially when I'm not sitting in any kind of cover. I don't even have much evasion either. Hey Redburn, how you doing? Good to see you.
Ready for orders.
Yeah, gonna keep ploughing damage into this AC-10 Hetzer. There we go, it's dead. Okay, that's a relief.
Move her down.
Managed to take it out before it got to fire at us again. Now, Scorpion with an AC-5, that's kind of nasty. Large laser and SRM-4's also nasty. But that one with the missiles at the back, that was scaring me a lot. Right, let's plonk Catch over here, see what we can see. So Bulldog and Bulldog LRM. Okay, right, that explains the number of missiles then. So it's not an SRM carrier, which we knew. There weren't enough missiles fired. But it does have an LRM-20 on it. Now, does that mean I want to take it out now? Then again, it's not in cover. Sorry, it is in cover, and there are other things that aren't. Shoot into the back of that Scorpion, for example. That will negate the cover that's in. Ah, tough call. Do I take one more volley of of LRM-20s? Yeah, I think I can handle it. Let's shoot this Scorpion in the butt.
All weapons. Go.
That was worth it. He's out of the picture now.
So much for that little guy.
Gecko says, this map. I ran to the ledge with the trees on the left and waited for them to come to me and killed the convoy. Extraction is right behind it. Boom. Yes, I've done that before. If you're talking about this ledge, I've used this one before. I've also used up here before as well. But I'm usually too lazy to make use of either of those because it involves having to run for a few turns to get into position. So most of the time I just gung-ho it and just rush straight in here, which isn't the most strategic or safe way of doing it at all. But it is the quickest.
I copy.
So many choices. We'll go for this guy. But Gecko, I can't jump up because I don't have jump jets. But you knew that. Yeah, sometimes they're handy, aren't they? What's Sarge working on? Working on some kind of archer variant. What's all this, Sarge?
Losing armor left and right here.
Are you building another scary mech?
Receiving you. Location confirmed.
Hey, Grey Days, how you doing? Also, thank you very much for the follow yesterday. I only noticed after I finished the stream that you'd given me a follow, and it must have been that you followed me while there was some action happening while I was doing one of the matches, because the sound of the crowd tends to drown out my follow alerts. So sorry I missed that, but thank you very much for the follow from yesterday.
Aye, aye. Receiving you.
I think I'm going to go stomp on this guy.
Confirmed.
He looks like he's asking for it. So, Gecko's telling me Sarge is building an Archer Supreme pimp slapping SRM in your face mech. Brilliant. It's going to be the signature Gecko mech, is it?
You're facing the wrong way, pal.
Well, I'll look forward to hearing what he comes up with that then. So Sarge says, an archer for Gecko with an oversized hand as a club. And SRM's the pimp slap. The massive hand! The massive hand!
Taking heavy
Oh, that's
hits,
going to be
Commander.
funny. Hey Frozer, how you doing? Oh, we're starting to get a little bit banged up now. In fact, Sarge is looking kind of in trouble. CT's a little bit squishy. Stability not looking good. Running out of armor. Gonna have to pull him back. Luckily, he's got loads of range though, so assuming he doesn't die here, we'll be able to get him out of trouble and still contribute from a distance. Okay.
Standing by.
Should I go smash this bulldog?
Commander.
I feel like I should kind of get on with taking out that LRM one, but I don't know. This guy's rear is going to be vulnerable. Let's go with him.
Received.
Also, he is making a break for it. We don't want him escaping, do we?
Firing full complement on enemy.
Some good solid hits there. He's opened up. He's not dead. Right, next. I'm definitely going to pull Sarge out. He's only got 19 armor left on his CT, so we're going to back him away a little bit. Keep his side angled towards the majority of the enemies. Also give him vigilance, so we can both give him some protection while he's out in the open and clear that stability damage and smash this bulldog. Well, we almost smashed the bulldog. We missed with the PPC. He would have been dead if that had hit. Never mind. Next. I think we will use Catch to snipe from up on this ridge. See if we can take out this bulldog. There we go. No, Catch. Too much missing. Oh, it's enough though. He's killed it. He's killed it. Oh, Sarge, thank you again for the gift sub. Bless you, Sarge. Thank you so much.
Standing by.
Okay, so now we're on to Black Cat. And we've still got this bulldog LRM to worry about. We've already damaged this guy though. That's the left side of it. Now, where is his front? It's hard to see when he's down here. Okay, so I need to shoot this side. Can I get around there to shoot that side? Yes, it looks like I can. Okay, so Black Cat's going to try and blow this guy up by shooting the squishy side armor. There we go, he's down. So we've still left the LRM Bulldog up, unfortunately. So we are going to take another volley of LRM 20. Oh, it's going after Sarge as well. Sarge had some evasion and 40% damage reduction, so hopefully he's not getting too smashed up. Rylan, thank you very much for the resub. 10 months. Oh my god. 10 months. He says 10 months of Doyle. You see, that sounds like torture to me. I don't know how you manage it or why you keep doing it to yourselves, but thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Okay. Just the Hetzer and the Bulldog with the LRMs left. I think we'll start with the Bulldog. Can I move to get... Yes, I can. Just want to get to the optimum range for my AC2s as well as my medium lasers there, just to give myself the best chance to hit. Now, Lazy, I think he's got Cool Shot Mastery, hasn't he? So, yeah, we're going to Precision Strike the side of this, if we can make quick work of this Bulldog. And we did.
Vehicle down.
It's a sort of masochism, says Lazy. Hello, Lazy. How are you doing today?
Standing by.
Right, yeah, Sarge is really not in good shape now. That's his right side that's all smashed up, so we're going to re-angle him to show the left to the enemy. And then we're going to shoot the PPC and the AC5.
For an alpha strike.
Sarge must have chili in his eye today as well. His aim's a little bit off compared to what we're used to. Lazy says, still waking up, so the day's not going too badly. Excellent. I managed to rub some chili in my eye earlier, Lazy. So my day is mixed, I'm going to say. It started off not too bad, then I rubbed chili in my eye. Although it's cleared up now, it's all right. It didn't sting for too long. I was talking about earlier, last time I did that, I tried washing it out with water, and it just made the oil spread and made everything worse. This time, I just left it and ignored it, carried on streaming with it stinging, and it seems to have gone away now. So I think that's the best solution for chili in the eye for me now, is just leave it, do nothing, and it'll eventually stop hurting. Hey, Wolfsar, good to see you. How you doing? Kurt says, I'm here for quotes like, and then I rub chili in my eye. I didn't do it on purpose though. It wasn't my intention. Right, what are we doing here? This was all vehicles, wasn't it? So no mechs, just weapons. We'll take the AC5, and I think we'll take the AC10 because we're playing a Federated Suns themed career, and ballistics are going to be our thing. The more mechs we get, the more ballistics I'll be cramming into them. So I'm going to pick the AC10 and the AC5 from that salvage. Lazy says, well, with a new baby in the house, chili's probably one of the safer things to get in your eye. Gray says, do it again for the stream. No. Or I might do it again by accident because, as I was saying earlier, so it was on this hand. I've washed this hand 3 times since I was chopping chilies earlier. But somehow there's some residue on it that got in my eye. So I might do it by accident if I rub my eye with this hand without thinking. But I'm trying to remember not to now. Oh, Sarge with another gift sub. Sarge, it's too much. Thank you so much. Thank you. You see, you guys don't know this, but while I was off, obviously my son was born, little William, and I had a couple of weeks off. My subscriber count has actually dropped in half. I've lost half of my subscribers from taking those 2 weeks off for the birth of my son. So thank you so much, Sarge. You are single-handedly helping turn that around. Bless you. Catch says, Sarge, #1 recruiter NA. He's doing what the Sarge does. Sorry, I said earlier, I'm just skipping all this dialogue because we've seen this flashpoint plenty of times before. So there's no need for us to read through it. It's just the one where we get the Raven. I'm just kind of rushing through it. Jimos, thank you very much for the follow, and I hope I said your name right. Jimos? I hope you're enjoying the stream. What am I doing? I want to advance time by a day to get our Shadowhawk fixed. That's what... There we go. Right, now we can do the next Flashpoint mission. In fact, is this the one where I don't get to use any of my own mechs anyway? I can't even remember now. Let's have a crack. Oh, I can use my own mechs. Right, so we're going to bring out, as promised, Team Hot Stuff. Although minus Gecko because he's still injured. Anyone got Cool Shot Mastery? Rylan has. Okay, yeah, I want him in the Vindicator. That'll be nice. Triple large laser with Cool Shot Mastery will come in handy. Yeah, I guess that'll do. Away we go. Really? Catch says HB has that thing where you can bribe him to drop some hot sauce on his tongue. Leave it to Doyle to one-up him by putting it straight into his eye. It wasn't on purpose, and I didn't get any tips for it. It was just straight up stupidity. I could probably do that hot sauce thing though. I can handle quite a lot of spice. But I'm not sure why you'd want to do that for money though. There are easier ways to earn money.
Command interface initiated.
I didn't deliberately try to get you killed, Gecko. I was quite stunned, shocked and appalled when you got punched out of your CT. I was very worried. I was sweating. I had nightmares about it last night. Your life was flashing before my eyes.
Moving to position. Moving to position.
Catch says it's not even real money. That guy's all entertainer, I tell you. What was it for? Just like his channel currency or something? Has he got one of those things on the go?
Commander.
Was it for carrots? He's a crazy man.
Move order received.
Oh, Lazy's telling me. There you go. He says HB doesn't do it for money. It's for carrots, which are the channel currency, but not bits or gotten with real class. So it's real cash. So it's even less for money. Oh my god. Yep, that's pretty crazy. It's not fake news, Gecko. I really didn't mean to, like, almost have you die.
All weapons committed.
Hopefully, we can kill this Locust before he gets a turn. And what am I doing here? Oh, there are more parts of this mission, this flashpoint, than I remembered. Yeah, this is one where we've got to smash the base up. And then, is it after this? Then we're on the final bit, I think. So I might have to wind some time on to get myself some pilots available for it, because everybody's going to be fatigued. And honestly, for that last part of the mission, I'd rather use a lance that isn't fatigued. To be fair, it's going to make things a bit easier if I can afford to use vigilance and pulled shots and things. Right, where are you? Wasp, okay, yep, not that scary.
Going turbo.
Now, what is that, Sarge? Because I'm assuming it's a what rather than a who. Because that just sounds like a name. Like, he just slipped it into some dude for a beer. Like, that needs clarification. If it's a famous brand of something in America, then it's not one that's known over here. Actually, Redburn, actually, you are full of lies. It was not 95 days in the hospital. That's complete rubbish. It was actually 94. But we did improve the med bay, so hopefully he'll be back sooner than that.
This should be good.
Gecko says, you probably sent that pilot a private message. Hey, punch that guy out of his cockpit. No, the Pimp Master is an essential part of the crew. Is that right, Lazy? Is that right? Lazy says the nightmares are because he remembered that you're under Sarge's protection, if I remember rightly. So if he gets you killed, the wrath of Sarge. Oh dear, yeah. I've got some vague memory of that, you know. Oh, hello. There's a fire starter in my rear. Nobody wants that. What shall I do about this? He's got loads of evasion, but he's standing on a very, very tiny building.
Ready to rock.
So, I think I will shoot the very tiny building out from under him.
I'm rolling.
Let's do it. We'll save a bit of heat, because I certainly don't need all of these weapons to do it. We'll turn one off, just in case we have a load missing. Okay, so he should have taken a bit of leg damage from that. Probably not much. It was a very low building. Enough to strip the armor away, I think, though, from that brief glimpse that I got. Oh, right, I see, Lazy, I see. You see, that would not sell over here with that name. Well, it would sell to a different crowd anyway. and as I misunderstood it, if you say that to a British person, it you know what it sounds like. I explained it already.
All weapons committed.
So I think the equivalent over here, we call it deep heat. It kind of burns a bit. You put it, yeah, we used to use it when we played rugby.
Let's do it.
That was many years ago now for me. Yeah, so I think our equivalent of it is deep heat. Gecko says, wow, now Doyle is building shaming the competition. Standing on a very tiny building. Oh no, political correctness has got me. I've been caught building shaming. Whatever will I do? I'm going to get mobbed. What's the word? Cancelled. I'll be cancelled. Instantly cancelled. Right. What do I want to do here? Not actually sure. I think I want to shoot that fire starter while he's on the ground. Do that. There's a good angle to do that from. Will that do? No, that will not do. That? No, no, no. I can't do it. I can't do it. Let's try this guy. No, my Shadowhawk's in the way. Oh, he doesn't go... Oh, no, he does go next. Oh, crap. I've got to do it now, haven't I? Got to do it now. Ah, screw it. We'll let him get up. We're going to go punch this wasp in the rear. Put a fist through his backside. Oh, straight through. Get wrecked, wasp. Get wrecked. Redburn says, oh, hello there. There's a fire starter in my rear. Yeah, nobody wants a fire starter in their rear. Not my idea of a fun time. The Lazy said that product, it's called Ben Gay. And he says it was made in the late 1890s, so the name is a bit dated. Yeah, we call it deep heat over here. There's the name as a joke here quite often. Yeah, I can imagine. All of the buildings have cancelled Doyle on Twitter, says Catch. Yeah, that is the world we live in. Okay, now I can shoot this guy in the leg.
Affirmative, Commander.
His remaining standing leg. There we go. Did we get it? We hit it, but we didn't blow it off. What's left of it? Come on. 15! Ugh! Ugh! Yeah, I can just about get in the side arc there. Now, I do have a load of resolve, and you'll notice I'm stubbornly not using it to aim at the leg and just get this fire starter finished. Which I'm now thinking is a foolish plan, because the fire starter is still standing, and I thought, well, you know, it's going to die eventually. I'm shooting enough things at it. No, it has not died. But I was thinking I'll save my resolve for the next bit, because there's going to be some bigger mechs to deal with, and then I can do some precision strikes with Ryland. But no, apparently I'm going to have to use some now. because I'm sick of this fire starter. Come on, Ryland, get him wrecked. There we go.
Proceed to your next objective.
Good old Ryland, got the job done.
And stay down.
That is a good use, a good use of the emojis there. Grey Days says this is you putting chili in your eye, and then he's strung together some Doyle emotes to act it out in emotes. That is very clever. Catch says, since that stuff was made in 1890, I wonder if it originally had like lead and cocaine in it or something. Yeah, and probably radium as well.
Location confirmed.
Lace says, wait till YouTube sees Doyle's shameful display of building shaming. See, this one's too big. A shame that one as well. This one here, this building's too fat. Yeah, definitely this one's too small. Just really going all out to hurt the feelings of all the buildings now.
Waiting on
I'm an equal opportunities shamer. Right, kill turrets as quickly as we can before more bad things arrive. Go for this one first.
firing everything I've got.
Nice. Ryland getting used to using those large lasers. I'm sure he's missing his missiles. And I will get him some missiles as soon as I can again. That's where he's most at home usually. But for now, he's playing outside of his comfort zone as a large laser sniper. But he's doing rather well at it.
Confirmed.
Engaging target.
Oh, that's 2 turrets down.
Target destroyed.
Now, where are the other bad things? I don't see them yet. I mean, I'm assuming there's more stuff to kill. It's not going to be just these turrets now, is it? If it is, this is far too easy.
I hear ya.
And that would be surprising because I have got this set on the harder difficulty.
Got it. Max speed, no shooting. Confirmed. Quick stepping it.
Full throttle.
Yes, boss?
On the move. Full speed.
Okay, we are in position to wreck the turrets. Emperor Krang saved by the evasion there. That was beautiful. Not a single missile hit him. I'd say the evasion did fairly well against the other turret as well there. Only got hit a little bit. This is a sniper turret. A light sniper turret with 4 AC2s. You know what? That's scarier than the standard sniper turret. Standard sniper turret has 2 PPCs that we were fighting just yesterday, or was it last week? And the light one has 4 AC2s. That's actually scarier now.
What can I do for you?
For those that don't know, AC2s have been improved in this mod. They do 30 damage each instead of 25, so they hit that much harder. Makes them nasty. Also means that they're not complete trash and they're worth putting on your mechs now as well, which is nice. Obviously a medium laser does 25 damage, and if I want a weapon that's going to do 25 damage, I may as well take a medium laser rather than all the tonnage invested in an AC2 plus the ammo for the AC2. But with that little bit of extra damage, the plus 5 damage on an AC2, that kind of makes them worth taking now, because they do have a much longer reach than the medium lasers and obviously generate a lot less heat. But they're kind of cool now. I like them anyway. We've got 2 of them on each of these blackjacks, which is nice.
I got you.
Oh, there was another game I saw. Oh, it was on Steam as well. It's probably part of this EA Steam
Bye-bye.
crossover, whatever majig thingamabob.
Got high snow reinforcements
What was it called?
heading your way.
Star Wars Jedi stuff of lightsaberiness. Pretty sure that was the title. Let me just try to find it. What was it called? Where was it? Where is it? Let's go store home. It's got to be in the top sellers, surely. It's an EA game that is now appearing on Steam. Right, top selling. There it is. That's it. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. I mean, I was pretty close with my title. $54.99. That is in good old English pounds. $54.99. So that will be more in dollars. How much more? I don't know. The exchange rate keeps changing. The pound is up and down and up and down. I've no idea what it is in relation to your American monopoly dollars now. But yeah, $54.99. That's pretty pricey. You'd hope it's good, but I haven't seen any reviews of it yet, and so therefore I haven't decided if I want to buy it or not. It's one of those games where, because it's made by EA, and EA are obviously more often than not very, very scummy, to the point that I didn't buy the last Star Wars game. I'm not sure about this or not, so I'll wait and see. I'll see how it's looking before deciding whether to buy it. But I do generally enjoy playing Star Wars games, and because I skipped out on the last one, it is kind of tempting to pick it up. But it's pretty pricey. So again, that's another game, because I was complaining earlier about there being too many games at the moment and not enough time to play them. But that is another game that I was thinking about. So Lazy says it looks like it's $59 here. Says, I've heard good things about it, but very little so far. Patch says, yeah, think I'm done buying EA games on release. Yeah, it's just, it's kind of risky, isn't it? Then again, it's a fair policy for most developers, to be honest. Just wait and see before parting with your money. Not really a bad policy, is it?
Firing.
So there really is very little difference between the pound and the dollar at the moment. Then I remember the days where the difference was much bigger. But yeah, so it's $54.99 for us here and $59 for you there.
Engaging target.
Oh, nice. Got a lucky leg destruction there. Oh, that locust is in loads of trouble now. Catch says, well, you guys keep pushing Brexit back. Once that happens, we'll be able to pick up pounds real cheap. Oh, God, it's funny because it's probably true. I can't even argue with that. Yeah. Well, we're going to have a December election now. Brexit is still not sorted, so instead we're going to have an election to see if anyone can sort it. And I could probably predict right now that the election won't solve anything. We'll still end up with a split and nobody being able to actually achieve anything. It's craziness.
Heading out.
I see. So Lazy says currently $1 US is equal to 0.78 pounds sterling. But $60 is the typical AAA game price here. And Jedi game is on consoles and PC. There's probably a bit of standardization. Yeah. Well, we used to have standard prices for games once upon a time. Now it's all over the place, really. Large says we can always send you the Donald.
Ready to rock.
Oh dear, we might actually need the Donald, to be honest. Yeah, so latest thing I heard, since you've raised Mr. Trump himself, latest thing I heard was that awful massacre of those American, well, dual citizens. They're American and Mexican, but they were that family that was attacked by drug cartel members, which was absolutely horrific. And Donald Trump has offered the service of the U.S. military to go sort out the cartels. And now there is a use of the U.S. military that I can get behind, because Mexico has been run by the cartels for so long, and the government as well, heavily influenced, let's say, by the cartels. So nothing's ever really being done properly about it. They can't get anything done, can they? I mean, anyone that tries to properly oppose them winds up dead. So perhaps Donald Trump's kind of gung-ho, let's get stuck in attitude is a positive in that respect. They killed children, man. They gunned up like a convoy of vehicles that had women and children, and they murdered babies. You know, it's horrific, absolutely horrific. And also worth noting that I'd watched a kind of documentary piece that involved that family. When was it? It was probably months ago now. And they were talking about how there was this kind of feud going with the cartels, and they were protecting themselves. And that one of their community, because they're a community of Mormons, one of their community had been murdered by the cartels, and since then they were taking things very seriously and protected themselves with firearms, even though, you know, firearms I think are illegal in Mexico. They kept themselves well protected, and I can't remember who it was I watched now, but somebody went there and interviewed them, and they were talking all about it, and you saw like one of the cartel vehicles just kind of cruise on by during that documentary as well. It was very sinister. Yeah, the next thing I know, it's in the news that a whole bunch of that family have been massacred by the cartels, and sadly it's not really that surprising because they were standing up against them, and that's what happened, and it's really, really sad. Really sad. But yeah, I think something serious does need doing about them, and if the Mexicans can't do it themselves, then why not use the biggest and most powerful military in the world to actually do some good? Don't know how you actual Americans feel about that, but obviously your president suggested that, you know, if Mexico asks for the help, if Mexico wants the help will be there and will be provided.
Target destroyed.
Yeah, I think it was done a little bit differently previously, wasn't it though? Catch was saying, unfortunately, if you have no honour and no morality, it's a lot easier to gain power. That's true. He says, we tried military intervention in the drug trade previously to pretty disastrous results. Yeah, you're not wrong there, but I think, well, I mean, at least the way I picture it this time, it would be done differently, and maybe it could work. I think just a no-holds-barred extermination effort on the cartels. Just because a lot of them have got serious military training themselves. Like, I think it was the Zetas, wasn't it? I mean, they sprung up out of Mexican special forces. You know, they're highly trained, and they've taken that serious level of training into the running of the cartels and the way they operate. So, you know, to take out what is essentially something operating with you know, the armaments of a military, the strategies, the tactics of a military, and the brutality of psychotic, crazy people, it does sound like you need a military solution to that. I think, yeah, obviously the Mexicans themselves, they're not able to do it because of the huge amount of corruption and fear. You know, they're stuck between a rock and a hard place, really, aren't they? That's true, Lazy. Yeah, he says if the military does go after the cartels, it'll be ugly AF. Yeah, you're right. You're right. But is there any other way of getting rid of them at this point? Is there any other way of changing the situation? That's the trouble. Because, I mean, if there is one, I can't see it. They're so well ingrained into the society now
Copy that, Commander.
that they're really hard to get rid of. In fact, some might say impossible to get rid of.
Target down.
Gecko's got the solution. He says, yeah, B-52s, carpet bombing cartel compounds and farms. Problem solved. A few A-10s to clean up. That's maybe a little bit too American, Gecko. I was thinking more, you know, surgical strikes with special forces, that kind of thing. But yeah, I mean, carpet bombing's always an option. Why not just carpet bomb all of Mexico? Problem solved.
All weapons.
Sorry, Mexico, I am joking. Yeah, you see, that's a good plan, Lazy. Yeah, of course. I mean, that's always been talked about, hasn't it? Lazy suggesting take all the profit out of the drug trade, but that's easier said than done. Yeah, I mean, to do that means you've got to legalize everything, and you know, have the facilities to cope with that situation and cope with helping people, and things just aren't ready for that, obviously. But I mean, taking the whole cannabis thing, legalizing that in certain states. I know it's still illegal federally, but legalizing that certainly will have taken some power away from the cartels, because there are now a lot less. Well, there's a lot less need for their weed, let's say, coming into your country. But to try to do that with everything and to try to convince everyone that that's the way to combat things, that's a good idea, is very difficult. I mean, they have done it in some European countries. I think Portugal was the last one I remember. So yeah, it's an option, and it does take the power away from, you know, the black market. Yeah, Wolf's Heart says legalized drugs in the US would kneecap them. It totally would, yeah. Gecko says, if you can't go in surgically, carpet bombing does solve it. It's hard to argue with that, Gecko. Hey, Garrison! Garrison shows up just in time for the conversation about carpet bombing Mexican cartels. Excellent timing, Garrison. How you doing? We were just talking about how Trump has offered the assistance of the US military to Mexico. I mean, they probably won't take him up on his offer, will they? But yeah, after that massacre of that Mormon family, pretty brutal stuff, and it does raise the stakes. They're willing to, you know, murder children, babies. It's pretty awful. Hey, Azakis, thank you very much for the sub. How you doing? Hope things are going well for you, mate. Oh, hello, Lord Cameron. How you doing? He says, make the cartels as terrorist groups. I mean, they basically are, aren't they? They basically are. Oh, this is a minor problem here. I have to do this as a consecutive deployment. I hadn't thought that far ahead. So Doyle is going to have to take part in this mission, even though he's fatigued. All the mechs are locked, and we've got the 3 pilots from the flashpoint that we've got to use. So let's get stuck into this one. It'd be great if I could just bring my Stalker instead of this Raven. That would be awesome, but it won't let me. You've not been sleeping. Oh dear, Garrison. That's not so good. I managed to rub chili in my eye earlier, if that makes you feel any better. It was Bernie. Not the first time in my life I've done it either. Oh, is that right, Cameron? Cameron says it's not working in California with their legalized marijuana, since the illegal marijuana has more THC and still makes more money than the state. Wow. Yeah, I mean, obviously things need thinking through, don't they? But something's got to be done. Something's got to be done about it. And it's difficult to say that they should be allowed to get away with murdering all those people, all those children. You know, there are not many places in the world where it's okay to murder Americans and America will do nothing about it, you know? And you'd think least of all their southern neighbor, the country right next door to them that's having all the problems.
Command interface initiated.
Okay, so I have done this mission many times, and most of the time when I do it, it ends up being a little bit of a scrape. So we could be in for a rough old ride here.
Move order confirmed.
Is this the first time I've done this on a higher difficulty? You know what? This might be the first time I've done this flashpoint on the hard difficulty and the hard enemy force strength thingamajig. I think it might be. So yeah, this could be pretty horrendous for all I know.
Enemy detected.
Well, we're going to the usual spot that I like to use, which is just around here. Got these buildings as a little bit of cover. We'll try and pick off the base turrets and that, but I don't, for the first time ever, normally I do this really early on and I really want to get the salvage for the trebuchets and stuff, but this time I don't really need it, so I might just hit and run on this one. Just take out, excuse me, just take out the objective, which is the buildings, smash the garrison and get out. I think, is that going to be an LRM carrier? I think it is. Yeah, it's an LRM carrier, so that needs to go.
Receiving you. Confirmed.
Catch says, I say send in the ghosts. Excellent reference there, yes. They should send in the ghosts, for sure. They'd get things sorted. In fact, you only need one ghost. Just send one in. That'll do the job.
Good to go.
They could still use tunnels in the sea, though, Garrison. I'm not sure that's the best solution. But I know what you're saying. Catch says I'm up to gear score 244. I'll go. Nice.
Aye, aye.
You're doing pretty well then, Catch.
We'll go.
How are you finding it? You still having fun? I'm still having fun. I keep cruising through my dailies still every day, trying to get all the unlocks for this chapter. I want to get it done ahead of time, so I've then got time to squeeze other things into my life. I tend to just, I mean, you can earn your battle points by doing PvP as well, but I mostly just whiz through the dailies as quickly as I can and then crack on to the next thing. Which lately has been playing some Football Manager. Testing things out on that. Okay, we need to kill this LRM carrier. It's still not dead. Oh dear.
by. Confirmed.
Oh, Catch says yes. It's a lot of fun. I really want that M4A1 with the built-in suppressor. Is that the one that you get out of the battle points? Is it like the second to last thing you get? It's like right near the end, I think. Because yeah, I'm after that blueprint as well. Yeah, I think you're right. Rank 47, something like that. Yeah, it's thereabouts, isn't it? Yes, I would also like to give that a try. The M4A1, the standard one, is pretty popular in PvP, I'm noticing. There's some of the top players are using that. I mean, it was decent in Wildlands. It has a huge rate of fire. Pretty nice. But I didn't like the recoil of it. But I might have to try to get used to it.
On my way. Target locked on enemy's rear. Move her down.
Oh, Lazy, you are just full of good ideas today, aren't you? He says, let's just make a bunch of tanks remote control drones and then set up a special mission, Liberate Mexico in World of Tanks, that unsuspecting people playing the game control the real tanks. Problem solved, right? Right? I think that's genius. That's genius. We should do it. Definitely.
Warning. Armor breach.
Although you, I don't know, you might need to clear out all of the civilians because people playing computer games do tend to shoot civilians a lot. This is bad. Doyle's going to get knocked down in the Raven here.
Warning. Detecting mech warrior.
Does the Raven need to survive? No, doesn't seem to. Doesn't seem to be part of the mission requirements. So Doyle is unkillable, obviously, because of his plot armor. If we do lose the Raven, meh, whatever. We do, however, need to take out the facility.
Ready for orders. Moving to position. Target site demolished.
Lazy says, the price of freedom is blood, Doyle. A few casualties along the way. What a war crime between gamers. I mean, you know I can't argue with that.
Battle mech.
I've committed many a gaming war crime. Oh, no, no, don't scratch with that hand. It's still got chili oil on it. Almost managed to put more chili in my eye.
Sensor lock on target.
Apparently not, Lazy. Apparently not. 3 times. No, no joke. I've washed them 3 times since I chopped chilies.
Commander.
Still managed to get chili oil in my eye. Okay. Yeah, let's just nail these turrets. Harrison says wash them in milk. I could do that, although Shell might not be happy when I tell her, sorry, all the milk's gone, I washed my hands in it. No cups of tea for you today.
Roger that. Turret destroyed.
Yeah, I think it's possibly like in under the fingernail of one of my fingers. I don't know which one, but I think that's where it was. Because I got it from scratching my eye.
Damage is fine.
Lazy says, but she's got her own milk now. Oh, wait. Yeah, no. That's not the kind of milk you put in tea, Lazy. And you know that.
Receiving you.
Right. Is it time to start smashing buildings? Maybe. Maybe. We've got room to maneuver here, have I? I wonder about trying to kite this trebuchet. Or do we just risk? You know what? We could do this, couldn't we? Go for a mighty leap. Yeah, let's do that. No, let's not do that, because then I miss out on the LRM protection that the Raven's providing. Oh, screw it. Jump on this building instead. Wolfsheart, for some reason that is turning my stomach. I don't know why. But the idea of breast milk in tea, no. Isn't that, what was that? Did I read about this? Was this a load of rubbish, or is this true? There was some firm started making ice cream from breast milk or something like that. And that's just weird. It's not okay at all. Just completely wrong. If you're making ice cream with your breast milk, stop it. Stop it now.
Heading out.
Alright, we're gonna pop vigilance on this guy, give him a bit of protection, and I'm gonna start shooting up buildings now.
Target of
I'll
one.
try and get this mission done as minimalistically as possible. Screw the bonuses here. Garrison says, no, it's true. I read about that too. It's pretty gross. Yeah, that's just...
Yes, Commander.
No, just no. Who wants that? Nobody's sane anyway.
Affirmative.
They said, so it's more right to drink cow squeezings than the milk that's actually naturally meant for human consumption. No, neither. It's more right to have breast milk when you're a baby and then just stop after that. And there should be no cow's milk at all involved. Cow's milk is made for fattening up baby cows, not baby humans. Or adult humans. That being said, I do like ice cream, and I do eat ice cream and cream. Bit hypocritical, but whatever. You can't stop me. Yeah, and butter, Lazy. Yeah, also butter. Yeah. Gecko says, cow's milk is made for my Oreo cookies to be dipped in. Heresy. Yeah. I don't like drinking just milk. Not a big fan of that, personally.
Standing by.
Well, this is a little bit awkward. We're going to go for a leap.
Roger that.
That is not going to clear my stability damage, but this vigilance pop will. Boom, there we go. Right, let's smash buildings. What's left on that? 38, 10. Right, time for a multi-target then. That was the 38, wasn't it? Was it? Which one was A and which one was B? I don't even know now. Right, let's do this over. Right, you can be A, yeah, and you can be B. Okay, and let's do it like that. That should work, right?
Roger.
Enemy structure eliminated.
1 down. And 2 down. Right, so I need to kill 1 more building, and then I think we're allowed to bug out if we want to. So I just want to get the objective out of the way. And then get out, I think. I'm not really that fussed about the bonuses or stringing this out. There's nothing really that I want from this mission, aside from just collecting the prize at the end, which will be the thingamabob, you know, the what's it, that thing. Raven, that's the word. It'll be the Raven. Right, we're going to go for... No, we're not, because that's too much heat. If I jump with the javelin, I won't be able to shoot, will I? Okay, so we'll just jump into cover then, and we'll lose some heat. Let's set ourselves up for next round. Go for a brace. That is not a lot of heat that we lost there. That's a bit disappointing. Baby T, hello, and thank you for the raid. And your timing is much better today. I'm not in the middle of a rage fit about the game breaking on me. How are you doing? How is your Baldur's Gating today? Hopefully good.
Full throttle.
Ooh, nice. Not so far, Baby C. Not so far. It's behaving itself. We're doing a different flashpoint, and all seems to be okay at the moment.
Folding.
Yes, also cheese, Wolfheart. Yeah, also I eat cheese. Yeah, all of the dairy products. Basically all of them except for milk.
Awaiting orders.
I never said at any point that I wasn't being a hypocrite with my statement. Just throwing that out there. Just so we're all on the same page.
Roger that.
Right, let's get this building wrecked.
Roger that.
Leopard inbound, Commander. I'll meet you at the LZ.
Thanks for that one, Azakis. Yeah, I have seen videos of that kind of behaviour. You're not one of them, are you? Are you on YouTube throwing up milk?
That shot went internal.
Ah, you've got a shield that reflects beholder rays, have you? And that's how you kill a beholder cult. Nice. I can't even remember them. It's so many years ago that I played Baldur's Gate 2. I'm just kind of like taking it in. Like, oh, he killed a beholder cult. That sounds like it was good. I'm sure it was pretty impressive. So, Baby T, I wanted to ask yesterday, but I was too busy raging about this game breaking on me. What have you got in your party? What is your party consisting of in Baldur's Gate 2 now? What races and classes have you gone for? Aha, we are now allowed to evac. I might just do that. Oh, there's an LRM carrier there. Yeah, let's just run for it. I wanted to just get this out of the way quickly, didn't I? So we'll head towards the extraction point. Oh, right. Oh, you're not like deliberately drinking down gallons of milk just to make yourself throw up. You're actually lactose intolerant, are you, Azakis? Fair enough. Obviously, my brain went to the worst, as usual.
Roger that.
Oh, I remember those, Garrison. Now you explaining it. Yeah, I remember the floating eyeballs. Yeah. Lazy says, I have high hopes and deep fears for Baldur's Gate 3, but at least the game studio has a good track record with the Divinity games. Yeah. I'm really, really looking forward to it, honestly. I hope it's amazing. When is it due? When that's another game on the list, isn't it? When's it due? Does anyone have they even announced that yet? Does anyone know? So Baby T says, my party is me, a half-elf cleric lady. Good choice. Good choice. I'm a fan of the cleric class myself. It's probably the class I most often play when I play that kind of game, D&D type based games, is cleric as my main character. They're just really handy to have. I mean, they're good at healing. They are generally allowed to wear pretty reasonable armor, and they're good against undead stuff as well. They're just pretty good. I like clerics, so yeah, good choice there. So a half-elf cleric lady, and he's also got Keldorn, the paladin, Minsk, the ranger, Yahira, the druid/fighter, Yoshimo, bounty hunter, and Aerie, a cleric/mage. That sounds like a very interesting party there. Nice. So, are you using your paladin and your druid? Are they your kind of tanky guys, soaking up the damage? Baby T says Minsk is amazing. So that's the ranger. Yeah, good damage on rangers, isn't it? And Keldorn has the Holy Avenger too, so he's a beast. I can't remember what that does, but it sounds scary. So Lazy says, the last time I played Baldur's Gate 2, I went the dark path with the drow chick, the red wizard dude. Ah, yeah. Remember the drow?
Position confirmed. Engaging.
They look pretty striking, drow, usually, with the kind of dark skin and the white hair as well.
Enemy
The Baby T says, I'd never done a cleric run before, so I knew I had to give it a shot. Nice. The Baby T says, Minsk, Keldorn, and I soak damage. Jahira and Aerie support and angry cast. Nice. And Yoshimo just hits with arrows and stays out of the way. Sounds like a good solid strategy there. Woolsart says, that's why I play paladins, more hits / tankish, but with heals and undead smashing. Yeah. I mean, the paladin's kind of similar in ways to the cleric, isn't he? But he's just that little bit more smashy, isn't he? And a bit tougher. It's also a decent class that I like. But I always tend to go the cleric because they can come in a little bit more useful with the heals. It's weird actually because in other games I don't really play healers. I'm not really a healing type of person. I'm more of a murdery type of person. But in D&D based stuff, I do really like the cleric class for some reason. I don't know why. It's just in D&D based things that I really like going with clerics. Like in World of Warcraft, for example, I played initially I played tank, and then I played damage dealer. I did both of those way more than I did healing. Eventually, I did a whole bunch of shaman healing, but I would never, never wanted to be healing. I just did it if it was an emergency and we needed another healer. I'd go, oh, all right, I'll do it then. And it was pretty damn easy healing in raids with a shaman. You just spam chain heal at the time. Chain heal, chain heal, chain heal. It was just so easy. But yeah, it just never really appealed to me that much. It wasn't that interesting. It wasn't as interesting as tanking and trying to, keep control over everything. Or just straight up chasing the numbers with the damage dealing. See if you can get the biggest numbers. That was more fun as well than healing. But yeah, D&D, I like clerics. Also, I in Divinity Original Sin 2, which I was playing a little while ago, I really enjoyed making basically a cleric for my main character there as well. Had a lot of fun with that. Great game. I mean, it took me a very long time before I finally got around to playing it. I owned the game for a long time before I played it. Just never had the time for it. And when I finally did find the time for it, I played it while I was ill. I was basically ill for a week and unable to stream, so I just played some of that instead. It tied me over, and I absolutely loved it. It was great. Zaki says, last time I played a D&D game, it was Eye of the Beholder. Eye of Beholder 3. I don't remember that one. We have achieved the mission. I've bugged out without doing all the extra killing, and so we're not going to be getting bonuses or anything, but we got the mission done. I just want to get this flashpoint out of the way, get the rewards, get a bit of cash, and then move on to some bigger things. So Sarge says, when I was playing D&D, I didn't know you played D&D, Sarge. Oh, that's cool. He says, I had two characters I played often. Delium, a mountain dwarf fighter, and Delencia, a fighter / thief / assassin. That sounds very, very you, Sarge, especially the mountain dwarf fighter one. I can definitely picture you playing a mountain dwarf fighter with some kind of cigar as well, and a massive beard. I think that would be very fitting. Yeah, Baby T says D&D clerics can hurt as much as they heal. Great offensive spells. Yes, well, particularly against undead, where you can use your healing spells directly at them as damaging spells as well, can't you? Really nice. Lazy says, I like playing wizardy types in D&D, but the spell limitations are brutal, and you turn useless when you're out of magic. Yes, that's true. But up till that point, they are pretty amazing. Oh, wow, that long ago, Azakis. Windows 95 times, he says. Oh, man, no wonder I don't remember that. That's a long time ago. You could just teach your wizard how to use a bow, though, maybe, Lazy. So when you're finding out of spells, you can at least contribute with a bow and some arrows. Okay, again, I'm just going to skip this dialogue. We've all seen this flashpoint a million times. Don't need to read all the way through it. We did stuff, blah, blah, blah. Yep, great, great, great. Just take me to the bit where we steal the raven. All right, we're keeping it. End of story. Yep, we're keeping it. Raven is ours. Thank you very much. See ya. Gained a bit of rep with Free Worlds League as well, which is nice. But yes, so we got a Raven. That's going straight into storage. Got some LRMs. Ah, a +5 damage AC5. Now that is something to be happy about. That will come in very handy for our Federated Suns theme with all the ballistics. Should really... okay, good. Right, we've got some reasonable amount of money now. I was going to say I should really get that extra row in the mech bay. Although, should I improve these? Because you can get some detrimental thingamajigs occur with this stuff if I don't do this. Well, let's get the structure done.
Roger that, Commander. I'll get the
And then we'll get the power, then we'll get the mech base. I think I can live a little bit longer with what I've got. Right, so are there any contracts I want to do here? These are all pretty low level. Oh, hang on. We've got this. This is a 2.5. Maybe do that. Yeah, we'll do that. Get a little bit more money while we're in this location. It's against the pirates. Well, the pirates are our enemies. We're now allied, playing as a loyalist mercenary unit for the Federated Sun. So pirates are our enemies. We will be killing them. Let's see. Oh, everybody's tired, aren't they? I think I'll wind time on, so we don't have to use fatigued pilots. There we go. That should give us plenty to work with. Let's hope that contract's still there. And there it is. So this is a desert mission. So ideally, I want to take Team Hot Stuff for that. So they are the lance that I specifically made to have coolant vent. Now, unfortunately, Gecko obviously is still injured, and Rylan is the other member of Team Hot Stuff, and he's currently fatigued. So I think we'll mix and match a little bit, and we'll take out some of the guys from the Nimbly Pimbly Lance. Let's take Alto and Chronic Toast out. Okay. Definitely take the Blackjacks in this environment, and the Shadowhawk. Hold on. Hold on a minute. I could take the Stalker. I'm going to take the Stalker. Because why not? This is going to make the mission very easy. But we're doing it. Alto's going to pilot the Stalker. Wolfsheart says, same, I have a soft spot for dwarves and always play them in games where available. It's funny since I'm 6'2". Oh, that's fitting. I've got a friend that likes to play dwarves, but he's quite a short guy who is bald and has a big beard. So he looks like a dwarf as well in real life. And that totally fits. I think it's the most awesome thing. He actually does look like a dwarf. Like a proper kind of Warhammer dwarf. If you dressed him up in armor and gave him a big axe, he would totally like pass for a Lord of the Rings extra or something. Is that right, Gecko? Gecko, I'm going to get Sarge to make the food for you this week. Is that all right? I mean, you can't do anything about it since you're laid up in hospital and can barely move. You're in a full body cast. But yeah, you're going to be eating Sarge meals now, just for the week. I mean, there's no reason. just I thought you might enjoy it. I didn't know you guys were into D&D as well as BattleTech. That's news to me. Interesting. So perhaps some of you will be interested in watching when I do get Baldur's Gate 3 then.
I got you.
On my way.
But we've got lots of mech stuff to come before that. This month is mech month. It's going to be absolutely, well, I mean, the end of the month anyway will be mech month. It's going to be crammed with mech stuff. Mech Warrior 5 and the Heavy Metal DLC for BattleTech all at once. And then after that, hopefully an update for the Commander's Edition mod. So there'll be technically 3 new things for us to get our teeth into in the BattleTech universe of gaming.
Hey, yup. 10-4.
I can imagine you were, Sarge.
Let's move.
Commander,
Yeah, I never really got into the actual D&D playing of it. I was more interested in the computer games that were based off of D&D systems. I've always liked those. I have played some D&D briefly, but I never really got into it. I'm not so good with that. But yeah, I do like the base, you know, the basis of them as a you know, a foundation for building a computer game off of. I think they're good for that. Oh crap, that's a Hunchback 4G.
Fun time.
He's packing an AC-20. AC-20 is able to absolutely smash the crap out of any of my mediums. Although he'd have a bit of a harder time with the Stalker.
Confirmed. Confirmed. Good
Taking a
to go.
bit of a gamble here. And the gamble is that I'm hoping to be able to take out this torso. Because I think all his ammo is in the left torso, if I remember rightly. 2 tons of AC-20 ammo there. Yeah, I don't think he's got any elsewhere. Yep, I'm correct. So yeah, the gamble is if I can take out that torso, he can't shoot me with an AC-20.
On it.
There it goes.
Scored a critical hit.
Otherwise, I would have been a little bit worried about leaving my Vindicator out in the open there with just evasion to protect it. Because, I mean, lucky AC-20 hit, that could be a dead Vindicator just like that. And a dead Chronic Toast who is piloting it.
Awaiting orders.
But he's okay. Alright, we are going to turn off the medium lasers, I think, because I want to not shoot my heat up too quickly with this Stalker. And honestly, these SRM6s are doing plenty of damage to finish off this this here Hunchback.
Target. Ready to rock.
Right, no idea what that is. Go find out.
I'm rolling.
It's an Ostsol, okay. A poorly armoured, shoddy Ostsol. Give Emperor Krang some vigilance so he's protected.
Engaging target.
And then with my other guys, I should be able to shoot at it from the cover.
Ready for orders.
Now I've actually got line of sight. Yeah, we can hit with the large lasers. Not in our optimum range, but still good enough. 70 and 75% chance to hit. It's okay.
Or go.
All 3 large lasers hit the target. Very happy with that.
Commander. Roger that. Firing a full salvo.
Oh, beautiful.
Hostile removed.
Excellent shooting there from Tasku. Headshot on the Ossault, and he is out.
Roger
Is that it? Is that all we had to kill? I've got a feeling that the enemy is all out of things
On
now.
my way.
Yes, Commander.
Go grab the objective, I suppose. We'll move other mechs up to support just in case some more stuff is hiding or spawns. But I think we might be done with this mission.
Affirmative, Commander. Roger that. Affirmative. Confirmed.
As you wish.
On it.
the asset has been secured.
Yep, well that was easy. Okay, so we've done that one. I'm not going to do any of the lower level missions in this location. I think that's a little bit dull. They're going to be too easy. And we've got enough money to hop to a new location, I feel now. I wanted to do that because that was the highest level one remaining in this location. We all got a little bit more XP. And, oh, wow. 4 pieces of this, thanks to the headshot. We'll take 2 pieces of the assault. You never know. We might roll 2 more. Got an AC-20 there. Would be nice for our Federated Sunsy stuff. But we'll see if we roll that. Oh! Look what we just did. We have got our first heavy mech. We rolled the other 2 pieces of the assault. I mean, it's only a 60-tonner. Doesn't have ballistic hard points, but it's the first heavy. We've got a stalker already. So we already got an assault mech, but we haven't got any heavies yet, and that's our first. So we're going to build that up. Of course, I will replace energy boat type mechs, as this one is, with ballistic based things as we go along, because I want to do the fighting style, the weaponry style of the Federated Suns as well, which is a mixture of ballistics and energy. This one will do for now, though. Azaki says, Ossol, as good as a dragon? Actually, I prefer it over a dragon, honestly. I mean, a dragon would be more appropriate to our theme, because I could stick ballistics in a dragon as well as energy. But yeah, I'm actually much happier with an Ossol. Right, let's build it up. I wish they'd sort the colour schemes out on these models, though. They're all really washed out. I mean, look. It's just... doesn't matter what I select. The mech is just basically silver. Bit crappy. Needs work. But the actual model itself looks cool. It's just the paint scheme on it is terrible. Right. See, take a little bit more off the legs, and we've got that whole extra ton there. Right, so energy boat and reasonable sized engine. I have 1 PPC and 1 large laser. Got 6 energy hard points to work with. Maybe I'll just cram it full of, well, 6 medium lasers. That should work, right? We definitely need a butt ton of heat sinks at this point. Chuck those in the legs. How are we looking? Not allowed jump jets. At this point, I'm thinking, I could throw some jump jets in this, but it's not allowed any, so that kind of sucks. We can have support weapons, though. Maybe. Have I got any small lasers? I have got some small lasers. Maybe I'll chuck some small lasers in this. Yeah, that works. We'll go with 2. Keep that one in the CT, actually. Yeah, so 6 medium lasers, 2 smalls. I mean, it's not that bad. It's only a 60-tonner. If I start putting PPCs or large lasers in it, I'm going to run out of tonnage very quickly in a mech like this. So yeah, we'll settle for that. Let's chuck in a rangefinder as well, because we can. And this will be scouting at the front, I'm sure. Right, we'll send that building. And time to find somewhere to travel to. Now then, we are all the way over in Marek space at the moment. But I wanted to start pushing this Federated Suns border into the Taurian space here, if I could say. I want to head over to this direction. That's a 300k jump and will take 47 days. Ooh. Let's have a look at places we could stop off along the way. That's a bit too low. That's a bit too low. Low. That's a bit too high. Treeskull could work. Quimberton. We could go to Quimberton. I mean, still getting to Quimberton is quite a big jump in itself. But it is the most appropriately levelled stopping point on the way to my destination of Bromhead. So, Quimberton it is then. It's owned by the Capellans. Oh, hang on, we've got no Federated Suns presence there, so I can't do Quimberton because I won't be able to do any missions there. Boo! I guess we jumped straight to Bromhead then. Just having a look, see if there's anywhere else that's vaguely appropriate, but Bromhead and Rollis, about the same. Okay, so yeah, it's going to be an expensive jump. Going to take us a lot of days, but we are totally the wrong end of things at the moment, surrounded by mostly enemies. I think the Federated Suns were not... sorry, not the Federated Suns. The Free Worlds League were not enemies with those. Yeah, so, I mean, they're enemies with the Capellans and the thingamajiggies, House Steiner. So they're not enemies with the Federated Suns. We could maybe do some stuff for them, but I don't really want to. I'd rather get stuck into being a loyalist unit, expanding the borders of Davian space. So screw it. We'll do the big travel. It's going to cost us a lot, but I think we can afford it. We'll be okay. Wolfsheart says, Ossol is a decent medium laser boat and is fast. I completely agree there. We supervise the building of the food catapult, and Tasku, Morty Mayhem, and Rylan are all in high spirits for 30 days now. That's good. The downside is, I think we're more than 30 days away from our destination, so that's, yeah, we are. So that's going to run out before we arrive.
I wrapped up that job you asked for, Commander.
Now, was there something I wanted to rebuild? Got this nagging feeling in the back of my brain that there might be something I could improve. Let me just check the mech bay. No, I'm happy with all of that. I don't know what I'm worrying about. Let's carry on travelling. By catching up with chat. Garrison says, lies and slander, the dragon is a snack mech. It is, that's true. It's the Draconis Combine use those, don't they? But I wonder, is it on the list of usable things? Probably not. Let me have a look. Is it on the list? No, yeah, definitely not Federated Suns. But I did say I will use stuff that isn't strictly Federated Suns if I'm lacking stuff that is. I did make that very clear. I'm not going to 100% limit myself to only Federated Suns mechs. Otherwise, I'm going to make things a little bit stupid, and I'll be using the same lights and mediums forever if I was doing that. So there will be some leeway. But when I get mechs that are more appropriate than others to the Federated Suns theme, I will replace them with those. So, for example, if I did have a dragon and I found a Jaeger mech, I would immediately swap the dragon for a Jaeger mech, because Jaeger mechs are very Federated Suns and dragons aren't. But I have a couple of pages of lists of things that are telling me what's lore friendly to use for the Federated Suns, because I don't know this stuff off the top of my head. I'm not a lore person, but the lists help me with that. Right, repair the med bay. Oh, yeah, we're going to have to do that. -1 medical point for 30 days. Oh, Gecko's 11 days away from coming back. He will be back by the time we arrive at our destination. That's good news for him. Zakis was pointing out the 100 armor in the arms on the Ossol. Yeah, I like that on the Ossol. None of its weaponry is in the arms at all, so you purely get to use those arms just for extra armor, which means when you're doing all your speedy running around, I like to try to flank with it if I can. And then if you're taking shots, it's coming into the side, and you can take it in those arms. Hopefully not your legs, though, because I have stripped the legs down a little bit. Right, Gecko almost back in action. We are going to hit another financial before we arrive at our destination, so this is rather costly, but never mind. We're still going to be having our heads above water, just about. Assuming there's a decent number of missions we can take here. I might have to drop the salvage and up the money, though. Oh, actually, no. I'm in a Davian location, aren't I? 'Cause I can actually sell some stuff. Have I got anything I can sell, though? I don't think I have, because I want to keep one of everything, like I usually do. I don't think I have much I can sell at the moment. We'll see. I remember doing a sell-off before William was born, and I doubt I've had much time to build up a big stockpile of things since. We'll have to see. Hey, Harmon Snow, how you doing? Good to see you. Fire in the barracks. Sending Catch and Emperor Krang to put out the fire. Catch and Emperor Krang are now brave, and morale got increased by 1. Good job, lads. Good job. I had 100% faith that neither of you would die there. Alright, we are almost at Bromhead now. So Sarge, probably about 10 minutes ago, said back in 76 we had a D&D club when I was based in Japan. We had our own quant set hut for the club. One night we were playing and talking about magic mushrooms and such. Someone outside heard us and called the PMO. Next thing we know, we're being busted for drugs. It took a while to explain that we were only playing D&D. Oh my god, that's a good story, Sarge. I'm glad I read that out. Oh dear. Oh my god, yeah, times have changed then. Lazy says, one of my bosses at work's kids is in a D&D club in middle school. There are over 60 kids in it. It's a relatively small school. More kids involved than in the football teams. Wow, how times have changed, eh? I think it's good that those kids don't have to feel awkward about doing that kind of stuff anymore. Hopefully those attitudes will last. Right, so we've got a faction shop here, so I'm going to check that out. Because that's one of the perks of being allied with the Federated Sons. We get special access to their shop. Now, there's a King Crab part here. No point in us picking that up. One, we can't afford it, really. That basically bankrupt us on the next cycle if we do. But two, we don't have any pieces of it yet either. Dervish interests me, but I'll have to see if we can scrape together enough cash to be able to afford it. We've only got one part. If I only needed one more part, then it might be worth it. But right, what's this? Oh yes, we've seen this stuff before. The area sensor lock thing and the ECM equipment. Too expensive for the likes of us. Too heavy to be chucking in the mechs that we've got at the moment. But worth a look in. Just see if I've got any duplicate mechs I can sell. I could sell some fire starters. I think that's about it though. The rest, I've only got one of each. Yeah, that's true. And I don't really have a lot of this stuff. Yeah, I've not really got a huge amount I could sell right now. So perhaps I will have to drop the salvage and up the financial income, depending on what we've got here. Ah, that's not too bad actually. There's quite a few missions here. Quite a few missions. Okay. That's just a straight up battle. Oh, that's a decent payout as well. Alright, we're going to start with this one. I think, yeah, 500k? Yeah, that's fine. I'm going to keep 2 pieces of salvage there then. Right, so, cold environment. What shall I drop here? Oh, this is tough. I think I'm going to drop the blackjack, though. Let's get the Ossol in. And we'll take Team Insubordinate Scum out for this one. Okay, that'll work for me. Let's go and see if I can try to catch up with chat again. I am so far behind now, guys. Sorry about that. Hey, Redburn. Azakis, yeah. Sorry I'm way behind chat. Hopefully you're still around to hear this answer. So Azakis is asking, is it worth playing the beta of Commander Edition mod now? And how do I get it? Before Heavy Metal or just wait? Well, Heavy Metal's so close now that you may as well just wait, to be honest, rather than deal with the rigmarole. Because there are a couple of issues with this current version. The easiest way of playing Commander's Edition right now is to roll back your game version to the BattleTech version before the most recent patch, whatever that was. If you roll back to that and install Commander's Edition from Nexus Mods, then it will all work fine. That was incredibly stable, very, very well put together. But the test version that I'm running is available from the BattleTech Extended Discord server. You can find it there. So if you just Google for BattleTech Extended Discord, you will find the server. Harry made a Reddit post about it quite some time ago. And this test version that I'm running is available there. But honestly, right now, I would genuinely recommend just wait till Heavy Metal comes out later this month. And then, fingers crossed, there'll be an update to this game, to this mod, that will be compatible with the latest version of the game and the Heavy Metal stuff and all the new weapons that are going to be in as well. There's going to be new weapons. That'll hopefully come sometime in December. It honestly depends on how much time Harry has to fix things up. Yeah, I would recommend waiting for that at this point in time.
Copy that, Commander.
Hey, Chaucer, how you doing? It's like every other post from Gecko has the phrase "get me killed" in it. It's like you want me to get you killed. What have we got here? 55-ton mech, and I can't see what's down there. Why are they all hiding from us, Sarge? Why are they hiding? Okay, I'm going to send Sarge flanking.
Double time. Let's go.
Oh no! We've been outflanked on our flank maneuver by another flanker. A Hunchback 4P, I would really quite like one of those.
What are your orders, Skipper?
Even though I'm starting to get heavy mechs now, they're still good. Alright, let's move here. The Hunchback's going to be far too far away to hit my Vindicator with those medium lasers, but I can shoot him with my large ones. Oh, who's Dulazog? Is that a bot? Oh no, it's not a bot. Hello, Dulos. Dulos OG777. How you doing? You seem to get crushed by my bot, and I was wondering if you were a bot yourself. I finally caught up with chat. Welcome to the stream, and hello. And sorry you got crushed.
Throttle down.
Hey Nexus. He's never going to drop that death in the javelin, is he? Never. Yeah, I really love the Dervish. It's one of my favourite medium mechs at the moment. Loads of fun. Yes, yes, Doulos. There are absolutely tons of mods for BattleTech out there on Nexus Mods. I'd say there's almost a mod for everything that you want to do. The kind of thing you're talking about, where yeah, you want that huge flexibility to do whatever you want with whatever chassis. You might want to look up BattleTech for that one. BattleTech is the most sandboxy mod, I would say, for BattleTech. Has some serious stability issues at times, so check which version you're going for and make sure that people are saying that it's stable enough before you go for it. But there are a lot of things you can do with that.
Good to go. Acknowledged.
Nexus says, if your flanking maneuver is flanked, have you flanked at all? No, no. The answer is no, Nexus. Hey, Infernal, how you doing? Infernal's talking to Doulos. Doulos wanted to put 20 machine guns on something, and Infernal's like, 20 machine guns? What are you, a clanner? Doesn't like the clans. Yeah, I'd give BattleTech a try, Doulos, I think. I mean, this mod generally is the more stable mod and the more kind of law compliant. Whereas BattleTech is very much more sandboxy with more freedom to just kind of do whatever you want. However, it does change how the game plays quite drastically, though. Some like that, some don't.
Scored a critical hit. Standing by.
Yeah, my favourite mod is obviously the BattleTech Extended Commander's Edition one, which is what I'm playing right now, although I'm playing a test version for the 1.7 version of BattleTech. Right, finally we're going to shoot with our Ossol. We have now outflanked the flanker with our flanking manoeuvre of flankiness. And we've shot him in the butt. And he's ejected! Too much panic for that hunchback pilot.
Skipper. Here we go.
Where's the crab comment? What's that? Get the crab, you can't get parts until you start getting parts. That's true, Chaucer. Yeah, that's true.
Yes, Commander.
But the thing is, the crab costs 1 point something million, and I currently have in my coffers 1 point something million, so I can't afford it, damn it. It's too much. And you have 500k from this mission. Yeah, true. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do all these missions here. And then by the time I finish doing missions here, we'll see how much money we're sitting on. And then if I feel like I've got enough, I will pick up some parts. As things stand at the moment, we might have a disaster on the horizon where we get loads of damage and have to repair loads of mechs that I don't know is coming yet. So I don't want to spend money now before I know how much I've got. So we'll do the missions. Once we run out of missions here, we'll assess how much money we've got. And then maybe I might buy the crab part. But we'll see. I should say king crab for those of you that that like things to be completely correct. The crab is a 50-tonner. The king crab is 100 tons. What am I going to do with this? I think I will run out into the open like a crazy person just so I can fire those small lasers as well. But we'll give Black Cat vigilance so he has some protection. That's true, Redburn. Yeah, I do need to upgrade my Argo. So I was working on the structural stuff, which I think is finished by the time I've arrived here. Next, I wanted to up the power because there are some events that can be a nuisance that you can just eliminate by getting that stuff fixed up. So I want to get that done. I'll make do with the mech bays I've got for now. But as soon as I've fixed up the power systems for the Argo, I will expand to another mech bay. Ooh, that's a dervish there. Excellent. Want one of those. What am I going to use to finish off this Griffin?
Ready for orders.
Let's bring Sarge around the side of it. Alright, what do we see here? Oh, they're all unknown. And that one's a 20-tonner. We'll have to wait and see what's down there, but I know at least one of them is only a light.
Reporting critical hit. Ready for orders.
Can't really risk getting shot in the back, can I? I think I'm going to pull back a bit. We're not going to use the small lasers
On it.
for this next volley. We'll just fire the mediums.
On it.
Is that enough to kill the Griffin? It is. Nice. Okay.
Target eliminated.
Now, do I want to send the Stalker after that Dervish? Yeah, I think I'll send the Stalker after the Dervish. And then my other mechs can start making their way down to this next Lance. Stalker should be plenty enough to deal with the Dervish on its own.
Roger, Skipper. Taking it.
Yes, that is coming, Wolfsheart. I've already expanded the bays. I could take on more pilots right now, but I think I said yesterday I'm holding off doing that because I'm not at the stage where I can sustain that easily at the minute. Because we're playing on a higher difficulty, sometimes things go a little bit more wrong than they do on the normal mode or easy mode. So I've been reluctant to take on an extra Lance just yet because I want to get more. I want to get some bigger mechs basically, so I feel a bit more able to do the higher level missions more often and keep my income high.
Copy that.
And then I'll be able to sustain the extra. I want to get another 2 Lancers, I think. I can definitely fit 1 more Lance at the moment, but financially, not quite.
That didn't hit.
Not much armor left in that location. Waiting for orders. Acknowledged. Locking in all weapon systems.
Damage is minor, Commander.
I'm not reading that out, Sarge. No. No. No worries, Wolfsheart. No worries. I do want to get more crew in, though. I've been using these same guys for a little while now, haven't I?
Waiting for orders.
And there are more subs to fit in.
On my way. That
Okay. That would have been a dead pilot, surely. If it wasn't for him avoiding the pilot injuries. Oh, that head's a mess.
Standing by.
We're losing a bit of heat with the Ossault. We got Griffin, Shadowhawk, Wasp. Yeah, I'm going to pop Vigilance and go for a melee attack because I can't quite get into the cover. So, just going to punch him. We will shoot the small lasers as well, but should still allow us to lose some heat. Gives us a much better chance of hitting this guy because he had all that evasion as well. Oh, look, we've lost all the heat. Beautiful. What we want to see.
I'm showing minor damage.
The Nexus has pulled out a quote there. He says, "Whirling dervish. Ever hear that phrase? Used to have some prosaic meaning on Terra, but what it refers to nowadays is the tendency for dervishes to erupt into massive ammo explosions, sending their arms whirling across the battlefield." Tech Sergeant Chen. Nice. Yeah, the original whirling dervishes. I think they still exist. They're a religious sect, aren't they? And they reach some kind of trance-like state from doing a dance that involves spinning around a lot. Pretty sure in the days of the British Empire, they first met the whirling dervishes, and we're very impressed with them, according to accounts. Zakis says, "Yep, they do still spin in the Middle East, especially in Turkey." Oh, they do it in Turkey, do they?
Receiving you.
Okay, we're going to fire everything, I think. Black Cat. These Vulcans don't have a lot of armor.
Reporting.
Got even less now after that volley. The Gecko says, "Whirling dervishes are part of Zoroastria, I believe." Are they the ones that do the sky burials? Zoroastrianism. Very ancient religion, isn't it?
Affirmative, Commander. I'm on him. Reporting. Critical hit.
Thank you for that, Lazy. You spin me right round, baby. Right round like a record, baby. Right round, round, round. Yeah, thank you, Lazy. Very appropriate for the conversation. Oh, so Gecko says, actually, it's the Sufi in Turkey that perform the dances. Ah. I mean, it looks like you get very, very dizzy doing it, from what I've seen. They have the big flowing kind of robes that spin out, and they make these big kind of circles around them with it, don't they?
Tango down.
No retreat. Enemy flanking. Armor blow through. Internal damage.
So is that a Wikipedia paste there from Gecko? Let's have a look. Known to the West as whirling dervishes, the members of the Mevlevi order, named for their founder Mevlana, from Konya, lived in what we might call cloisters or monasteries. Is that cloisters or monasteries? What to them was a Mevlevilhain. A Mevlevilhain? The one at Galata in Istanbul is a product of late Ottoman architecture and quite elaborate in having a tomb, a large chamber for the ceremony of the whirling dance, or sema, a fountain from which water was charitably distributed to the public, a timekeeper's room, and cells for the dervishes. They kept them in cells? Wow. Azakis says, I prefer belly dance to whirling dervishes. A man of culture. Well done, Azakis. And Gecko says it's actually part of Islam, not Zoroastrianism.
Skipper.
Accuracy, true volume of fire. Enemy eliminated.
Oh, here we go. Now we've got information on Zoroastrianism. So Zoroastrianism, or Mazdayasna, is one of the world's oldest continuously practiced religions. It's centered in a dualistic cosmology of good and evil, and an eschatology, I don't know what that means, an eschatology predicting the ultimate conquest of evil with theological elements of henotheism, monotheism, monism, and polytheism. Ascribed to the teachings of the Iranian-speaking spiritual leader Zoroaster, also known as Zarathustra, it exalts an uncreated and benevolent deity of wisdom, Ahura Mazda, wise lord, as its supreme being. Interesting. Wolfsheart says pole dancing is still the best. Sarge agrees.
Yes, Commander.
If there was a religion that was based around pole dancing, I'm sure both of you guys would be priests of it.
Moving out.
Gecko says, and now we've all learned a little bit more. Yeah, I find it interesting. I like it. I wouldn't read it out if I didn't.
Copy that.
Azakis says, just search Didum Kinali on YouTube, preferably when your woman is not around. Okay, Azakis.
Take much more.
Is that some really good belly dancing then?
Yes, Commander.
If it's on YouTube, it's not going to be not going to be too spicy, is it?
Affirmative.
Azaki says, +1 for me for pole dancing as well. Is it finally official for the Olympics? Gecko says pole dancing is an American religion. If that's the case, it's definitely the best American religion then. I need to back up a little bit with the assault. Taking a little bit too much damage to that rear torso there. Don't want anything getting in behind him anymore. Gonna go for vigilance because he's out of cover. I couldn't quite get the angle if I moved into the trees, so we'll go for that. We're gonna shoot at the back of this wasp just we've got a rear shot. Might do a lot of missing, but if we hit, something's gonna blow up. There we go. Left torso gone. That'll do.
A critical hit. Let's hit him hard.
Thanks for that, Garrison. Brilliant. Garrison's invented the first prayer of the religion of pole dancing. Seems legit to me.
I copy. Confirm. Tango down.
How did we so quickly get from whirling dervishes to Zoroastrianism and then straight back down to the gutter with pole dancing? It's just... Oh dear.
You got it.
Doulos says all tips are technically charity, thus giving. Garrison says, we're chat, we work that way. Yeah.
Reporting. Minimal damage.
Sometimes we have intellectual discussions, and then other times it falls apart.
Giving him everything I've got. Scored a critical hit.
You lost your icons? For one mess. Oh yeah, you did. I see. Yeah. Oh, how weird. Garrison said, I'm sad about this. He lost his icons for one message. Yeah, that's weird. Like they're back straight after for his other lines. What is Twitch doing?
Good to go. Moving out.
Maybe there's a Twitch employee hanging around just messing with you, Garrison. All those SRMs, so satisfying. Redburn says, wow, an education in religion and BattleTech at the same time. This place is great. And you've missed out the pole dancing. An education in religion, BattleTech, and pole dancing at the same time. I bet, I haven't even thought about it, but I bet pole dancing is one of those phrases that will get you algorithmed on YouTube. That'll be interesting to figure out, but I bet it is.
Now let's see how you handle this.
Garrison says they probably saw one of my streams and said, that's inappropriate. Yes, you are very inappropriate, Garrison. So, where are you going tomorrow? What are you up to tomorrow? You said you're not going to be around tomorrow. Are you doing fun things? I hope you're doing fun things anyway.
Taking a shot.
Yes, those, Gecko, those.
Waiting for orders.
Confirmed.
Ready for orders. I copy.
Oh, nice. So Garrison says he's heading down to Louisville. Sorry, is that Louisville? Sorry. I'm still trying to learn how to say things American and not French. So down to Louisville. Horse racing things, he says. Wife got free tickets. Oh, nice. That's cool. Oh, no, he says Louisville. You say it Louisville. Really? Town full of toilets is what that says to me, Garrison.
Orders?
Are they sure they want to be known as Louisville? That's basically... I mean, they may as well just call themselves Crapperton or something like that.
10-4.
Gecko says Louisville. Oh, so it is Louisville. You see, that's what I would have said. But then I'm sure one of you guys told me not to pronounce stuff the Frenchy way.
Standing by.
Or was that just confusingly just a different place in America that doesn't apply the French rule and then this one does?
Acknowledged.
Was that the St. Louis Blues or is that St. Louis Blues? How do you say that? I've got a vague recollection it might have been to do with that conversation ages ago. So, Dulos says Louisville. See, you're all saying it differently now. Titavillis, hello. He says, don't they say Louisville? It sounds like they don't know how to say it, and they're all picking different ways. Gecko says only the pretentious ones say Louisville. Yeah, so it's named after the French king. So if it's named after the French king, that's Louis. Louisville. King Louis the 5 millionth or whatever they were on by that point.
Acknowledged.
It's a Kentucky thing you'd have to visit there to understand, says Redburn.
I copy.
Looneyville, says Sarge. Sarge wins at this rate, with all those different explanations of how to say it. I think Sarge wins. It's now Looneyville. But I did like Louville, though. Because it makes me think of toilets. Well, I hope you have a good day, Garrison. I hope the weather's nice for you. And you don't run into any of those whatchamacallits down in what you have in America. What do you call them? Tornadoes, those things. Don't run into tornadoes or big fires. Avoid both of those things. I hear they're dangerous. Also, don't get shot. Zakis says, feeling sad. My city, Warsaw. Warsaw's nice. I've been there. Like, it was also, I think I've mentioned this before. I found it really interesting that there were so many of the kind of old buildings still had like battle damage on them and bullet holes and things. It's kind of very interesting. I do love my history. It seems that some parts, at least, of Warsaw just have deliberately kept their history and are wearing it like a badge. Okay. Oh, disappointment. I was hoping for more mech parts. We did get a plus 10 damage medium laser, though, so it's not all doom and gloom. Zaki says, come back here to have a drink. I did drink a lot while I was there. I was there for a wedding. My best friend got married in Poland because his wife is Polish. So they went over there for the wedding, and we did a lot of drinking. A lot of drinking. They even especially brought... they got some beer in especially for the English visitors as well. So it wasn't all just vodka. There was also beer, but that just meant that we drank beer and vodka. In fact, I had some cakes. There was these little cakes that came around that I think his wife's grandmother had made. I think it was grandmother anyway. And there were these beautiful little cakes. You take a bite of them, and it's like I don't know how something solid and spongy looking managed to contain so much vodka without it literally dripping out when you pick the cake up. But the bite I took, it's like the thing was just a vodka balloon dressed up as a cake. They were amazing. I think there's even a picture of me going, oh, cakes, like about to take one. But yeah, they were pretty good. They were pretty good. Very interesting country. Oh, do I need to fix things? I might need to fix things. Let's see what needs repairing. Yep. A bunch of quick repairs, though, I think. Shouldn't take us more than a day for each of these. Yeah, easy. Easy, easy. Another thing I found pretty amazing about it was how flat it was. It was very, very flat. Coming from the UK, there's not a huge amount of flatness in the UK. There are certain parts of it are pretty flat, but most of it is ups and downs. But Poland was very flat. Zaka says, oh, Polish wedding. Strange that you survived. I did. I survived. I made it back to the UK. I was very hungover. The journey back, oh man, I was so hungover. I remember the journey back. I remember having a strop about a sandwich at the airport because, like, after being there for a few days or whatever, there for the wedding and that, I got a sandwich on the way back from the airport. On the way back at the airport, and I really like pickles in burgers and stuff like that, you know, like pickled gherkins, pickles. Don't know what you call them in Polish, probably something long and complicated, but they were in absolutely bloody everything. I just thought, do you know what, for a change I fancy a sandwich that doesn't have them in, and I thought I picked one that didn't have them in, and I get the sandwich and it's got pickles in. I'm like, oh my god, I'm hungover, I'm tired, I'm dehydrated. I can't handle any more pickles right now. I remember having a bit of a breakdown about the pickles at the airport, and Shell was just laughing at me. It was very, very distressing. But you put them in everything, absolutely everything. And I do like them, I do. But in moderation. So they're pronouncing, Gecko says, speaking of pronunciation, in the new Zombieland 2, one of the characters is named Nevada. Nevada, not Nevada. I probably say it wrong because I'm English. They pronounced it Nevada. The character is supposed to be from Washoe County, Reno, where I live, he says. Great shout out, but stupid on pronunciation. So how are you supposed to say it? Nevada? Am I saying it right or wrong? I imagine I'm saying it wrong. No H. So Nevada. Nevada? Nevada? I can't do American. Nevada? Nevada. Nevada? Nevada. I don't know. I can't. I'm gonna call it. No, what's he say? He says you say it UK style, you get a pass. Okay. So proper pronunciation is a short A. So Nevada. Like that. But it sounds really wrong in an English accent, I've got to say. Where was I? Catching up on chat. What? So Zaki says, no cakes. Always look for the most fat pieces of meat and other greasy food. The food was great, actually. There was loads of really nice food. It just seemed to never end as well. There was like course after course after course of various Polish foods. I very much enjoyed it. I'm a big fan of food in general. I like lots of foods. And I do find it interesting to try other cultures' foods. And yeah, Polish food was pretty decent. Quite liked it. Garrison says, very, very flat describes a lot of the world. Well, the ocean's very, very flat. Zaki says, last time I was on a Polish wedding 2 years ago, they had to drag me by force back home as I wanted to drink more. Oh dear, that sounds very Eastern European, Zakis. Zaki says, and it was at my sister's wedding. I didn't save myself. Well, if you can't get drunk at a wedding and be embarrassing, where can you do it? Doulos says, I have a question about engineering your Argo. The morale bonus are one at a time, right? It seems like you're giving yourself a permanent monthly fee for a one-time bonus. So it adds up. So let's go to the ship upgrades. So if I get that, I will gain +1 morale, and yeah, this will give me another +1 morale, and it goes up like that. However, you can lose morale from stuff. So yes, it is completely feasible that you could buy this upgrade, get an extra +1 morale, and then have an event happens that loses you some morale, and you could be moving backwards. So yeah, kind of. It's sort of why I leave them till last, because I mean, I find there's enough resolve coming in as you go through the game anyway, that I usually leave all the recreation stuff till last. I'm not sure if that's a good or a bad thing. It's just how I do things. I deem them to be far less important than stuff like repair and refit, mech bays, med bays, and habitat pods. So, oh, and the training modules. Let's not forget those. So yeah, the recreation stuff gets left right at the bottom of the pile for me. Nevada. I can't do it. I just can't. I feel like an idiot. Wolfsart says, one thing I learned from a Polish friend, eat a pickle after shooting vodka works really well. Does the Russians do they use an onion? I'm sure I've seen something about Russians eating an onion while taking vodka shots. I might be imagining it. Maybe I dreamt it. I don't know. I'm sure I saw something about it. Okay, right. We're in a hot environment. It's time to bring out Team Hot Stuff and the return of Gecko. Let's hope he doesn't die. He is finally back from his super long injury. Right, I'm going to put Gecko in a Stalker because that's going to keep him really, really safe. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to put Rylan in the Stalker because it's got missiles, and Rylan has Cool Shot Mastery and can make really good use of the firepower of that Stalker. So Gecko instead is going to be in the Vindicator, hiding at the back, being safe. Because I don't want to get him killed on his first mission back. That would just be embarrassing, wouldn't it? And we'll swap Krang and Tasker around, so Krang with his sensor lock will be at the front, and that will do. Let's go. Zakis says, oh, hold on. Let's catch up with Doulos first. He says, I like pickles. I agree. Every meal should have some probiotics, thus some pickles, sauerkraut, etc. I do like when I make a burger, like because you know, sometimes we make burgers, we make them from scratch, make our own burgers. Get the meat and all of that, mix it all up. But I do like lots of pickles on my burger. I'm always a big fan of that. And if we ever eat like a burger out, for example, and they both come with pickles, Shell will pretty much always end up giving me some of her pickles because she doesn't really like them and I really do. So I like extra pickles on my burger. I remember in Poland, just like I said, at the airport, despairing because there'd been so many pickles by that point. It didn't put me off pickles though. I still eat them. I still like them. But for some reason, they weren't agreeing with my hangover.
Copy that, Commander. I read you, Commander. Moving out. Of course. On it.
Zakis says there are two types of pickled cucumbers. Eat the one that is more sour and fluffier. Hizoni, I probably am saying that wrong. He says works like a charm. Oh, here we go. Sarge, he says a good sandwich is a PB&J with sweet pickle slices. Sarge, that's as usual. Very, very you. I can't. I mean, honestly, as an English person, I find it hard to wrap my head around the idea of well, you call it jelly, we call it jam, but the idea of peanut butter and jam together just seems weird to me. But then to add pickles to that is definitely a step too far. That is beyond ridiculous. I don't. Obviously, it works for Sarge. Oh, it's your 6 months yesterday, was it? Oh, congratulations, Garrison. You have successfully outlasted most celebrity weddings now. Well done.
Hostile on census.
Sarge says never have F burgers without the hydroponics garden. Nice, good BattleTech reference there. Like it.
All right, let's move. What's the plan?
Yeah, so Garrison says, so for my MechWarrior 4 playthrough, I've got 3 votes for the Grey Death Legion. Any votes for the others? Yeah, they're...
I hear you.
It's interesting with that because I assume you already know, but depending on which mercenary unit you pick for it, you get different likelihoods of certain things. So I remember one of them, you've got more of a chance of getting some clan tech, for example. Now, was that Wolf's Dragoons? I think it might have been Wolf's Dragoons. But yeah, it's interesting how the balance of what you start with and what you can have changes depending on which mercenary unit you select.
It's go time.
Gecko says it's about the Nevada thing. He says it's frustrating because the character's from Reno and we do not pronounce it that way. Yeah, somebody should have done their homework, shouldn't they, on that? Oh, what we got here? I see a Clint. An AC-10 armed Clint. Oh, Jesus. I think we're going to go the other way, you know. Let's use the cover.
I got you.
I've got eyes on hostile reinforcements. They're heading your way.
Doulos says, how do you balance number of mechs, warriors versus budget versus having to repair? I don't know. You just kind of get a feel for it after a while, I would say.
Oh yeah.
It depends, like, because obviously the better your mechs are and the better your pilots are, the more easy it is to do the higher level missions, which have the big payouts. So early on, I don't like to take on a huge crew and have too many outgoings and get the second and third mech bays too early because that ups your costs. Everything you build on the Argo ups your costs monthly as well. So I like to be a little bit conservative with my outgoings initially. But once you get to a point, it's usually about when you're getting to heavies, when you've got a full lance of heavy mechs, you can pretty much do anything with a lance of heavy mechs within reason. But then you can start really being frivolous with your spending. But having done this before, where I took on like the absolute, normally I wouldn't play this game with a maximum crew size at all. There's no need to, but I end up doing it because I like to make all of my subscribers crew members, which means I end up having a much bigger crew than I would ordinarily have. And if you're doing that, then it does really push your monthly costs very high. So you've got to keep a close eye on your finances then. And that's what I'm kind of being careful of, because I know I'm going to end up with a lot of pilots, and I don't want to push that too early, because it's really going to force me into being super tight financially, which I don't want to have to do too early.
What are your orders, Skipper?
Doulos says, my favourite is actually kimchi. Kimchi is easy to get hold of in the UK. We have no problem getting hold of kimchi. Good old Korean food, that is. I've tried it. I've got to say, I was pretty indifferent to it. It was okay. It worked well with, you know, the Korean dish that I ate it with. I can't remember what I made now, but it was something. Yeah, I could pretty much take it or leave it. I wasn't like the Koreans absolutely love that stuff. They go nuts for it. They'll have it with almost everything. But yeah, I could take it or leave it. I think it wasn't the best flavor. I thought I eat a lot of Asian food. I cook a lot of Asian food, so I'm very familiar with the Asian palate. But for me, kimchi was not one of the best things that they do.
What can I do for you?
Actually, speaking of Korean dishes, there's a nice, interesting Korean street food that's easy to cook that I quite like doing every now and then, called beef bulgogi. I'm probably pronouncing it completely wrong, but spell it how it sounds, bulgogi. It's basically made with beef and apples and green beans, as far as I understand it. You mix a whole load of different stuff in it, really, but the way you cook it is all together. It's like cooking a giant burger in the pan, and you like flip it over, cook the other side, then you just kind of chop it up and eat it with rice. It's really nice. I recommend it. If you don't know what it is, look it up. Look yourself up a recipe and give it a try.
On my way.
What do we got here? Bulldog LRM. Oh, another Dervish. Oh crap, and an SRM carrier. Oh no. Oh no. I've got to get myself some LRMs in the Lance at some point as well, because I don't have any indirect fire ability as things currently stand. Oh dear, right, I'm in so much trouble now. I've got to march Tasku out in front of that LRM carrier. So we've given him vigilance for a bit of protection. It's still not going to help much for a 45-ton mech. If I take a full volley from that thing, Oh god, Tasku's going to be in pieces. Yes, Chaucer, they did. So missiles don't do as much stability damage. I think it was mostly based around LRMs, though, that took the nerfing.
Confirmed.
We have a problem. Now, I wonder if this gamble's going to pay off. I'm going to try to kill the SRM carrier.
Fun time.
Oh, we got it. We got it. Excellent.
Crawler destroyed.
I was pretty nervous about that shot, to be honest. Hey, Warsaw. Yeah, I was talking about picking up Jedi Fallen Order. I'm not sure whether I was going to get it or not. Yeah, I was going to wait, see what the reviews were like, see what people are saying about it, because it looks quite cool. I noticed it popped up on Steam. It looks quite cool, but then again, it is made by EA, so it might be filled with poison. So I was just going to wait and see. But also, it's pretty expensive as well, so I'm going to have to wait till halfway through the month at least until I can pick it up when my money comes in.
Showing minor damage.
Because yeah, it was like £54.99 in the UK, and somebody looked it up earlier. I think it's like $59.99 for you guys, something like that. But I'd like it to be good because I do like Star Wars games. It's been a little while since I've had one.
Got it. Max speed, no shooting. Receiving you. Position confirmed.
Dulos says, that leads me to the next gut feel question. Roughly how big does your lance need to be for each mission difficulty rating in heads? Yeah, always take the maximum 4 unless you're absolutely screwed and have no other choice. Always take 4 pilots out. I mean, if you're a beginner at the game, just always take the biggest stuff that you've got. Like the biggest mechs that you can field at all times. Sometimes it's worth winding time on to repair mechs before going out on a mission to make sure you can take the biggest stuff you can. Once you get used to the game, you'll get a feel for what kind of difficulty rating requires what mechs. So in other playthroughs, I've done stuff where I'll keep some light mechs and I'll keep some mediums available even when I'm on assault mech stage of the game. And then some of the lower level missions I'll take on with the lighter, smaller stuff just for fun. But that's something you'll get used to. To start with, I'd just say take the biggest things. So I'm going to type it. I think it was this. Gecko. I think that's how you spell it. I might be wrong, but let me know if nothing comes up for you on that. But yes, I've never known apple to be combined in a beef dish. Obviously, apple goes with pork, but this particular thing, you have apple with the beef, and it's actually really nice.
No sweat. Firing everything I've got.
Oh, so you meant skulls. Right, okay, I see. So, depending on what you've got, it can vary, because Like, you can do anything like 2.5 skulls I would take on with light mechs, but it depends what light mechs I've got. If I've only got 20-ton light mechs, then I absolutely won't do 2.5 skulls with 20-ton light mechs. It is possible to do higher than that difficulty with the good light mechs. If you've got nothing but fire starters, for example, that are well kitted out, you can do higher level stuff and just backshot things. It is possible. Depends how hard you want to make life for yourself. Mediums, I'd probably use mediums up to and including 3.5 skull missions. Beyond that, you're looking at heavy mechs, and it is technically possible to do 5 skull missions with your heavy mechs. I would say probably around kind of 4.5, 5 skull. That's where I'd if I have the option, go with assaults for sure. But 4 skulls, quite happy to do those with heavies. 3.5 you could do with heavies or mediums, but mediums can definitely cope with 3.5 as long as you play your cards right and don't get an unlucky draw with how much you're up against.
Good to go. Heading out.
But it can also depend on what difficulty settings you've got the game on as well, because there are a lot of variations that you can put in this game for the settings of how hard you want to make life for yourself that can either increase or decrease the challenge. And that's a really good thing. It's nice that you can tailor your experience to how you want it, you know, to what feels like a good level for you to play. So, I mean, at the moment, I'm playing on hard difficulty with the hard setting for enemy force strength. I'm playing 4 pieces of salvage per constructed mech as well. So all of that has an effect on things. I think I'm playing on normal XP gain for pilots, but you know, you can slow your pilot XP gain down as well, and that can make life very difficult all of a sudden. If your pilots are rubbish, even if you've got good mechs, if your pilots can't shoot straight with those good mechs, it can make your missions harder. So yeah, there's a lot of variation. So you just gotta... I would recommend, you know, start out on normal, leave the settings on normal, experience the game like that, and then decide whether you need to tweak things up or down or whichever way for your next playthrough.
Waiting on you, Commander.
Yeah, again with that, Doulos, it really does depend on a lot of things. It's a tricky question to answer. I mean, for beginners, I would recommend when you first start out on the game, if you're playing this mod, because I'm playing a mod where you start with even crappier mechs than you do ordinarily. So you're starting off with like a couple of 20-ton mechs and 30 tons, 35 tons. You both basically got a load of rubbish. So I recommend just doing half skull missions for as long as you can when you've got absolutely rubbish stuff. Half skull and 1 skull until you start getting some reasonable light mechs like the fire starters, the panthers, the jenners. They're pretty decent. And once you've got those, you'll get a feel for what you can take on and what you can't.
Reporting.
But again, part of it, like I said, is pilot skills. You know, once your pilots are up to a certain level of ability, life can get a bit easier with them. You know, actually, one of the big things is getting cool shot mastery, which is 9 points in the tactical tree on your pilots. You can get a skill called cool shot mastery, which means when you're doing your precision strikes, aiming at a specific location of a mech, you've got a good chance of actually pulling it off. And that makes a huge difference, because once you've got that, you can efficiently take mechs out. Whereas before you've got that, it's very, very hit and miss. And can take quite a long time to knock mechs down sometimes.
Confirmed.
Yes. That's it. You found it, Gecko. You found it.
What can I do for
The recipe that I had for it had apple and green beans in it as well. But I think it's, you know, it's one of those where you can mix in all sorts of stuff with it, which is very nice. Hey Chico, how you doing today?
internal damage?
Any juicy drama? No, not really. No tantrums about the game breaking. Yeah, Gecko's pretty much got the summary there. We talked about religion, pole dancing, Korean food, and now the Star Wars game from EA. Pretty much sums up today's stream.
You have orders?
Oh, speaking of which, crap, I need to wrap this mission up quickly. I've got to end the stream very soon. As usual, I'm still on the early finishing times at the minute because Shell needs the extra help with the newborn. And in about 15 minutes time, I've got a load of shopping arriving that I need to be able to answer the door for. So, I've got to speed this up. Crap.
I took a hit in the meat.
Uh-oh. Emperor Krang's lost his left torso. And we just lost an AC2 and a medium laser.
Orders?
Well, that's going to slow things down a bit, isn't it?
Order acknowledged. I'm on him.
Alright, as soon as the Stalker gets in range, we've got Rylan piloting the Stalker. He's going to be doing his cool shots. He should make pretty quick work of these things. Oh yes, D&D. We also talked about D&D, didn't we? Thank you, Sarge.
Commander.
Okay, I think I'm going to shoot this Vindicator.
Acknowledged.
Right arm gone, so that'll be his PPC taken out. That's a big deal. Happy with that. Yeah, and Polish weddings and pickles and vodka. Yeah. Oh, and rubbing chili in my eye. That was the closest we got to drama, Chico. I managed to rub chili in my eye.
Got it.
Right, we're gonna go for the Vindicator's CT with Rylan. There we go, Vindicator down. Hopefully 3 more rounds and we'll have everything wrecked, courtesy of Rylan. Assuming he doesn't get too hot. I did turn off those medium lasers to try to keep his heat down a little bit. We just fired the SRMs. So I'm not 100% sure yet, guys. It depends on how I feel, but I might stream a little bit more later after dinner. It won't be BattleTech though. It will either be Ghost Recon or Football Manager. I need to do my dailies on Ghost Recon, so I might stream that. We will see. But it depends how tired I'm feeling, because it is quite exhausting talking a lot. And it will also depend on whether Shell needs me to look after William while she either, you know, showers or sleeps or does some, you know, basic thing that she can't do while she's taking care of a baby the whole time.
Standing by. Yes, I'm there. Acknowledged.
Wolfsart says the devs were talking about the Star Wars game. There's the devs were working on it before EA came in, so the devs promised no current or future microtransactions of any kind. Well, now there's a good thing, isn't it? That's a reason to buy it, maybe. Just to show EA, look, we'll buy games if you don't completely poison them. Yeah, that's right. They said Doyle washed his hands 3 times and still had chili oil on them. Hygiene skills are clear. Look, they look clean, right? Like, they look clean. As I said, I think maybe I had some chili oil under a fingernail or something like that. But somehow I managed to get it in my eye like an idiot.
Right, Commander. Tell me what to do. It's go time.
Well, that Phoenix Hawk did well to survive that volley from the Stalker. Don't quite know how he survived it, but what's he left on? 26 internals. Not much of him left, to be fair, is there?
Move order received.
See if Emperor Krang can finish the job.
10-4.
He's done it. There's the ammo explosion. Phoenix Hawk down. That's right, Chico. That's right. You got it.
Light damage, Commander.
Lacey says, I wiped mine off on my pants. That's clean enough. That's why I have an immune system. It's good to know that you cook food for people for a living, Lazy. It's good to know.
Coordinates confirmed.
Oh dear. Right. Go for no. That's not. Deliberating. No, we're just gonna shoot.
Unloading a full salvo.
Oh, that was pretty good. We got a couple of large lasers into the CT of that trebuchet there. Certainly looked like it. Yes, we did. Excellent.
Good to go. Moving out. Got it. Commander?
But why is Garrison yelling milk? Do you need milking? I don't think you'll find any volunteers to milk you here, Garrison. I think you're in the wrong crowd.
All weapons are go.
Sarge says the best thing to remove chili from hand is Tabasco sauce. I think somebody's trying to fool us here.
Damage is minor, Commander.
The Lazy says, sometimes at work I wash my hands like 5 times in 10 minutes. At home I'm less bothered about it. Yeah, when I'm cooking I'm like that. I have to wash your hands after everything, don't you?
Awaiting orders.
Especially when, you know, you're dealing with fresh meats and chili. But yeah. Somehow today I failed.
As you wish.
Trust me, says Sarge. Trust me. No, I'm not putting Tabasco. I'm not washing my hands in Tabasco. That's no, just no. Worst idea ever.
Move order received.
Yay, finally making use of the coolant vent skill, which is the whole purpose of Team Hot Stuff for the hot environments. I have 10 minutes. I've got to kill this last guy quickly. I hope the shopping doesn't arrive early. I'm so screwed if it does. All right, quick. No, you haven't got the angle. Get the angle. There we go. Shoot. Do it.
I got you.
Nice. Got a headshot.
Good to go.
Don't need it, though. Hopefully Ryland's going to finish the job here. Oh, he's a little bit hot. Oh, he's still a little bit hot. Oh, no. I regret firing those medium lasers last time around. Okay. This will have to do. I don't think we're quite going to kill this Griffin, are we? We're going to need another round.
Reporting.
Okay, Gecko. What do we need? 23. Come on, just one. Yes, there we go. Gecko is the hero. Gets the job done. Hey, Thor, how you doing? Good to see you. And sorry, the stream's about to end, Thor. You're arriving a little bit too late at the moment for these shorter streams I'm having to do while we're on the early days of baby care. But I will probably maybe be back later with some Ghost Recon Breakpoint, I think. After dinner, though. That sounds really tasty, actually, Sarge. Not Sarge, I mean Wolf's Heart. Well, there's a sentence I've never said with Sarge in it. No, I think I have. I think he has written something down that sounded nice before. But no, I was actually meaning Wolf's Heart, listing all of those spices with some lime in it as well. I mean, could almost make a peri-peri sauce with those ingredients. Need some oregano in there as well, or as you call it, oregano, which is just wrong. It's oregano. And no, I'm not from Harry Potter. Oh, Garrison can't get MechWarrior 4 to pick up. Oh, no. There'll be a guide somewhere on the internet that'll help you make it work. Chico says, does yelling milk in a crowd in the UK get responses from people who want to milk you? Yeah, it depends on the crowd, but if you're around the right kind of farmers, then sure. Gecko equals good. Yes, that was written down forever. Thor says, damn kids. He also says Sarge's recipes are listed under bioweapons. True story. Right, we have ourselves a dervish. Excellent. What do we get? We also got a piece of Griffin 1N, a Trebuchet 5N, a medium laser, and some general guff. Nice. And all done just in time before shopping is due to arrive. Who's shopping? Our shopping. Food shopping. We have a delivery of food stuffs arriving shortly. I have to answer the door, receive said stuffs, put it away, and then make some food out of it. I'm not sure what tonight's going to be. What have we got? What are the options?
That mech you asked for.
So there was a steak meal. There was some prawn pasta thingamajig. And a chicken fricassee, or fricassee, however you say that. A French chicken thing. I have to throw a mech into the storage to bring out this dervish. I guess it's time to get rid of one of the blackjacks. Because I do have 2 of those. Let's do that. So yeah, so the steak was was going to do it with spicy rice, some salad, and some peri-peri sauce. Nice and spicy for dipping the steak in. It's lovely. I love that sauce. It's currently my favourite way to eat steak. The pasta was, I think, going to make a red pesto, sun-dried tomato pesto linguine thing with prawns. That's pesto-y, a little bit spicy with prawns and linguine. That's pretty good. And then the French chicken thing is generally chicken in a creamy, mushroomy sauce with rice and a bit of salad on the side. I don't know which one we're gonna cook tonight, but it'll be one of those. I want the steak, but it'll depend on the dates of things as usual. What goes off first will determine the order of food. But yes, talking about all that, I'm getting very hungry. But I'm going to leave it there for now, guys. Let's see if anybody is around. Wolfsot says, is that the one where you beat the chicken until flat and add sauce? Not by the recipe I use, no. Although that one sounds interesting. Chicken pancake is just smash the chicken until it's two-dimensional, fry it up a bit, chuck some sauce on, bit of cream, done. It would probably work. You'd probably sell that to someone. Probably not a French person, though. I think they're a little bit more choosy about their cooking. You'd probably be able to sell it somewhere in London, though, I'd no doubt. But yeah, so I'm going to look for someone to raid. We're going to have to be quick about it, though. And then... Right, who've we got? We have options. We definitely have options. Okay, we're going with Marshmallow Rampage. Because he is the first name I saw, and he's a nice guy. So we're going to go with raiding him today. So yeah, I said I might be back a little bit later after I've done dinner and all of that. I might just stream while I do my dailies on Ghost Recon Breakpoint. If I'm absolutely wiped out, then apologies, I won't. But it's an extra stream, so you know, just trying to up my hours a little bit by bit, but I can't do a big solid block in this period at the moment because Shell needs my help and she needs dinner earlier than usual and stuff, and you know, baby reasons. I'm sure you all understand. And then I will be back tomorrow. Tomorrow will be the usual time, 10 a.m. Eastern or 3 p.m. UK time, and I will be streaming tomorrow. I'll be doing Ghost Recon Breakpoint, and then Friday I will be doing Football Manager 2020 because that's just new out on beta. So I already have this week lined up and good to go. And we are running out of weeks before Heavy Metal DLC drops for BattleTech and before MechWarrior 5 becomes available to play on early access as well. So I've got precious few days left to try and cram other things in before they arrive, and we're going to be having massive sessions on those. I will be doing my best to co-op MechWarrior 5. We'll get Garrison involved. We'll get whoever else that streams that's on around the same time that we get on with. We'll see if we can get a nice little group going to play some of that, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. But right, for now, it's time to get our raid on. So get your speedos on, boys. You know how this works by now. And let's go raid Marshmallow Rampage.
So, yeah.
Right.
Standard classic positions, one in each corner.
Okay, if you're watching this on YouTube, thank you very much. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed the content. Subscribe to the channel for more stuff like this. And thank you all so much. Again, thank you for the new subs, for the gifted subs, for the resubs, and for the follows. I appreciate you all very much, and I hope to see you all later or tomorrow. Thanks again, guys. Let's get this raid on.